Yo, man, the four horsemen are back, baby. The four
What up?
horsemen are back,
What up?
man.
What up? What up?
Yo, if we the four horsemen, who's Ric Flair?
Gotta be definitely me.
Uh, eh,
Definitely me.
I gotta get at the Merv, man. I gotta get Merv
You know what?
Ric Flair, man.
I'll take Arn Anderson because his
Yeah.
name was the Enforcer.
The enforcer. The enforcer. You kind of got to give Mark Tully Blanchard, right?
Yeah, because
Right, and Merv's
yeah.
Ric Flair because he's a pretty motherfucker who think he flashy than everybody. So yeah,
Right.
that's perfect. He'll probably come out with the fucking gold, with the red and fucking white robe like Ric Flair used to wear. You know, just
Right.
thinking he's the biggest motherfucker ever. So yeah, he's
Right.
Ric Flair.
The Rolex, what he said? The Rolex wearing, Gator wearing. Yo,
Yeah.
Why limousine?
Jet flying,
my limousine,
wheeling, dealing.
dealing.
Kiss feeling. And I'm having a hard time holding these gators down.
Grim. Yo, what it do, man? Thanks for the support, man. Supporting. I heard your verse, Grim. I heard your verse. We're gonna get into that. Salute, my man. Salute. I would have to be, I don't know, man. I think I would have to be the rotational player, man. Cause you know, Four Horsemen had that rotational player every time. They had Les Luger at one point.
Barry Windham.
They had Barry. Well, I'm about to say Barry Windham. They had Barry Windham.
Yep.
So
Like the manager though,
what's that?
JJ Dillon.
Oh, JJ Dillon.
JJ Dillon.
Yeah, he probably like you like the artists. You
Definitely
like the
right.
artists. Yeah, he did JJ Dillon type shit, you know.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I was look. I had to say that because I think that fits us so well, man. The Four Horsemen put cats in the figure four leg lock. You know what I mean? Breaking arms, legs, backs.
He's fight fan. We double and triple team the motherfucker.
No, but triple team for no reason. You already winning the fight, but you still triple teaming, man. They don't care.
And Foreman was foul for that shit too, man.
For real. Yo,
Right.
Merv missed our conversation. Was it last week? When Merv missed it, we was talking about wrestling, and we kind of hit that bag out of nowhere. I don't think Merv was on then.
Oh,
You got this was. You was? Oh shit.
He
Man,
wasn't
time
on
go
that
by so fast, man. So fellas, how y'all doing out there tonight, man? What's the word, man? Somebody talk to me. What's the word?
Man, listen. I'm gonna say like this, man. I gotta give out a couple of salutes. You know what I mean, real quick. Let me salute, you know what I mean, for Jada and the Locks. Let me salute Dipset. Let me salute, you know what I mean, for Beans and State Property. Let me salute Nas, and let me salute the guys. And the reason why I say all of this is that, yo, I got in my bag heavy with all hip hop from all over the place. You know what I'm saying? When I heard, you know, like our spirited debate on last show, the verses plus, you know what I mean, Nas King's Disease 2, I was like, listen, I'm gonna put together a playlist, right? I'm like, either it has to go hard and it has to be bars. If you don't got either one, you ain't making the list. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I'm like, man, so I got like 200 songs on that joint, right? I just like, yo, I mean, I'm pulling shit from all over.
You got this on what?
Yeah, I put together a playlist, yo.
What you got this on?
Nah, you know what I mean? It's just on my YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're riding in the car, man.
All right, cool. Send that to me.
All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? But all right, you know what I mean? But I'm like, yo, when I'm like, it's crazy. I think I'm like, man, I almost reached every state. It's like, to me, it's hip hop everywhere. So I'm like, yo, I was just pulling shit from wherever. I remember these guys from Minnesota, you know what I mean, for like 15 years ago. These motherfuckers was nice though, you know what I'm saying? So I pulled a couple joints from them, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, hip hop, man, it's just, yo, you know, whatever you feeling, just play it. And then let it ride out. You know what I'm saying?
That's what Nas do to you, man. Nas make you go back and pull from different wells, man. You got to draw knowledge from different wells, man. So I'm glad you were able to do that, Mark. I did the same. How about you, Stacks?
Sorry, what?
How about you? Yo, Stacks called me. Stacks called me Saturday. Stacks said, yo, man, I can't take this. You were right. This guy is different. And hung the phone up. What just happened?
He's absolutely lying.
I got the voice messages on here too, Stack. So just in case you want to get crazy, I'll play the voice messages. So Stacks, how you feeling out there, man?
I will tell the viewers exactly how I felt about the album in due time. We're gonna definitely get to that. But I'm doing great, man. I'm doing a lot of cleanup work right now. But it's a means to an end.
Indeed.
It's amazing how fast your day go by when you like doing shit that's productive and shit and things of that nature. But I gotta echo what Marc said, man. I find myself really digging back into the crates and listening to some shit. And this is over the course of because of what transpired this past week. If you have not checked out Fat Joe's recap of the verses, you have to fucking watch
it's a must.
in its entirety. You
Yeah,
have to.
it's a must.
The motherfucker was an hour long, and hey, listen, I listened to that shit. My attention span ain't the motherfucking best. My attention span is not the motherfucking best. The shit is an hour long, and I listened to the whole shit, the whole hour.
And the thing about Fat Joe, Crack B. This isn't the only time he be recapping shit, but it's like he puts you there.
Yeah.
Like,
He's very passionate.
It's like he's putting you there. Like he's talking about everything. And when he said, and Rona was in the building, God bless. But he was just saying how the energy was so great and how he lost his mind. He almost ran to the stage and. Oh man, this past week it's been a really good week, man. I don't want to hold y'all, man. We gonna get into the shits later anyway.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
It was a really good week, man.
Great week for hip hop. Great week for hip hop.
Great week for hip hop, man. Great week for Queens, man. Great week for Shawn. That's most important. Are y'all happy for me or what?
They bringing Shawn John back?
I really.
Ain't no goddamn way, bro. Shawn John
you
back.
gonna make me turn into this guy? Yo, Marc, he gonna make me turn into this guy, even though I can't turn into this guy because of my integrity and all that shit. He knows it. That's why he's talking this shit.
Y'all going to get this work tonight.
I
baby.
can't. Hey, listen, man.
I got some good John.
I'm like, I can't really even say too much because I'm like, you got Nas who just came out, for it drop something, crazy. You know what I'm saying? Raising Canaan is rolling right now. I'm just like, it ain't really too much I really can say to my partner from QB. I can't really say too much. I gotta let it do what it do.
You know what you can say? Nigga, you from something. That nigga graduated from something high. That's what you can fucking say.
That graduated from the high.
He went to elementary school, y'all, when he was 5.
City get the money, baby.
Yeah, shout out to Georgetown, man. Shout out to Georgetown, man. Y'all stand up. All 10 of y'all stand up in Georgetown, man. Education system is getting much better. We on the 3rd grade reading level right now, so let's keep on pushing. Let's get to the 4th. But yo, hey, we got a guest backstage. Marvin, we are so glad you're back, man. We missed you last week, brother. Marvin, man, I'll wait till later on in the show.
Why do you keep calling this man that? Like, what do you? Just no type of success whatsoever, man.
Hey, wait. Hey, do we nigga? I know your middle name.
Whoa. Relax.
I know your email address.
Whoa. I know you trying to do.
Hey, Marc, you're right now.
Yeah, I know what you do.
But listen, y'all, I brought something back for me. It's some exclusive tequila called Revolution. What?
This dude said I brought something back for me. He didn't say, yo, I brought something back for you guys. I'm shipping it to you now. I brought something back for me.
That's par for the course, man.
Yeah, cause nigga, me went. Hey, it's called Revolution tequila. I don't know. Mike can't see the damn.
It's probably spelled wrong. Let's get us.
I'm sure it doesn't pronounce that way, but we'll go along with it.
It is Reposado Cristalino.
Yep, that's not a word either. But I'm sure.
hey, but check this out. This shit right here, it feels. And I put a bitch out, take a shot, and then it drips back down.
Wow. Are you drinking out of martini glass?
What?
Are you drinking out of martini glass?
Oh yeah, nigga, I put the goddamn. You know what I like it.
Wow. He said, "Wow,
wow." I didn't know.
He proud of shit too.
Yeah, I didn't know men do that. I didn't know men drink tequila out of martini glasses.
Yep,
I'm different.
I'm bitch.
Wow. I can't get my pinky to do that. I can't get my pinky to do that. So
hey, whatever you drinking Cuervo.
Let's drink a bottle of wine. So that's in the hit note there. Red to be exact. So fellas, we got a guest backstage. We had a chance to listen to this young lady's music over the past couple of weeks, really vibing out to her style, to her flavor. She is someone that is really down to earth. I love her story. I love what she's doing with music. I had a chance to really, really dive into some of her music over the weekend, and also even just kind of, like Marc said, getting into that hip hop bag and just hearing someone who's lyrical, someone who's passionate about music. She's representing the Blast Music Group. So shout out to those guys at Blast Music. Shout out to Troy. Shout out to Elliot. Shout out to those guys over there. We had an opportunity to connect. We had an opportunity to really vibe out and just talk about music. And we wanted to bring her on the show tonight, man, so she can talk about not just her album, but also talk about herself, man. Kind of give the people who ever had a chance to connect with her, to get a feel for who she is. I feel like this lady is coming. I know she's coming. I hear the music. I hear the passion. I hear the rawness. I hear the fire that she has, and I'm going to bring her on, man. And I'm also going to bring on one of our family members from the team, Nick J, who has been like the self-appointed hostess because Nick really, yes, absolutely. Nick really loves music like this, and they had a chance to vibe out as well. So I felt like, what better way to let us do this the right way by bringing Nick on, and also our esteemed guest, Protomorphic.
What's
up?
That,
what up?
Don't do what?
I am not self-appointed.
Yeah, I know. I'm missing Nick was voluntold to do this. So shout out to Nick. Shout out to Protomorphic. How you doing out there?
Appreciate it, girl.
And shout out to the Revolution, whatever he was trying to say.
That word doesn't exist, but shout out to
I know. God bless him.
Is it Mervster Dictionary?
Of course.
So yes. Shout out. We're gonna ignore Merv and his own personal lingo.
What's up, Proto?
Okay,
what's up?
he's just
How
giving
y'all
you a
doing?
nickname. That's what's up.
Proto works. I call myself Proto sometimes.
Okay.
Hey, the prototype. Bam.
Ooh, I like that.
I ain't gonna charge you for it.
I kind of
So
like
while
that.
we're here, do you want to break down what your name means? I read it on the bio, but for everybody who hasn't had the opportunity to look yet, you want to break down the name?
For me, basically, what it means is to be protomorphic means to be in one solid primitive state. So, like, I just keep it real, keep it savage. Could we hear that?
A little bit. It was kind of in and out.
Choppy.
All right. So protomorphic basically means to be in one solid primitive form. So I just keep it 100.
Okay.
That works.
Okay.
There's a big, I went deep into my bio about what protomorphic truly means to me. But to keep it simple, you know what I mean? It just means to be in your solid form.
Yeah. So, we'll get right to it. we're not going to stay here. You know what I mean? That's your past. But, you know, in your bio, you mentioned that you are in recovery, 12 years. So congratulations for that. That's beautiful. When I read that in your bio, I was like, yo, this is just so dope. I really, that moved me. You know, I don't know one single person out here who doesn't, who addiction hasn't touched, whether it's personally or, you know, through a family member or friend. So I definitely applaud you for that. And you speak on spoken word giving you like a positive outlet, that, you know, like a healthy high, that you know what I mean? So I thought that was really dope for you to put that out there. You know, it's
I'm very lucky and fortunate, though. I gotta give a shout out to my boy Grim Singmuff, and he sees the fire in me. And a lot of people want to bring you down. You know what I mean? When they see something in you, but I'm so grateful to have a collective of friends that support what I do and motivate me even more to go further with my music and develop my style. So it's like every day is day one again, staying sober. But when you're not doing it alone, too, it makes it so much more empowering.
That's what's up.
So your music. You said you've been doing it for 6 years?
About 6 years, yep.
Okay.
I've been developing my style for 6 years. I've got multiple SoundCloud accounts. See that I was just like shy with it a little bit and not really had to flow much to it, but I just haven't stopped. Like I believe in mastering your craft, and I just go hard every day. I try to make like 3 freestyles a day. But today's been a bad day for me on that. I didn't freestyle today, but I just had a show on Saturday. I performed this album, which this is me, and uh,
Oh.
It,
Oh,
Hey,
looks like there's
Proto,
a.
I think we're having some technical difficulties. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take you out and bring you back in.
So
Yeah.
some of her music is on the Blast Music site. A lot of it is on SoundCloud if you wanna check it out on there.
Yeah. Yeah, she got some pretty good stuff, you know, for what I already listened to. And I mean, she go right off the cuff with it too. It's
Yeah.
you know, it ain't too much, like let me think what I'm gonna do. Nah, she just go in. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's what a real MC, is supposed to do. You know what I mean? Yo, put that beat on, and then let me just fire it up. And the thing is though, and I said this before, even some rappers who are considered great, they can't quite do that. All of them can't do it. You know what I mean? That's just something I think as an MC that you're born with. You know what I mean? I don't know if you could really learn that. Like, yo, put that beat on, and they should just start going in. A rapper can't do it. You know what I'm saying? But I think I think she can though. You know what I'm saying? Just listening to some of her stuff or whatever, I'm like, that ain't a song. She just going straight off. So I was just like, that's what's up.
Yeah, I go in. A lot of my inspiration, like I can't even front, not because we're just talking, you guys are talking about Nas this evening, but he's one of my biggest inspirations, and Mr. Liff is one of my biggest inspirations. I don't know. I get inspiration from everywhere, but I swear I don't know what happens. I just go off. I just let go and just flow.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
Proto,
So people that have listened to your music, you've been rapping for 6 years, um, and we all do it. Just human nature that we do it. So, what have people? Who have people compared your style to?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't really ask people that. You know what I mean?
Or
I
people
try
don't
to have.
volunteer?
I
Okay.
try to. What would you compare my style to?
That's a good question. Your style is style is unique.
Thank
Mm-hmm.
you.
Style is kind of unique. I can't think of anybody that comes immediately to my head. And I was trying to think of somebody. So that's where that question came from. I was wondering what other people have said because I was trying to think of somebody, but your style from what I was saying is kind of unique. I couldn't think of anybody that immediately comes to my head.
Yeah, and that's what I kind of go for. I think everybody has their own style. I don't knock anyone's style. Um, I try to just do me. So I haven't really been compared to many people, to be honest.
Yeah, and you call yourself an abstract freestyle artist,
Yes,
right?
because I'll do a lot of I like improv too. I also play the bass, so I love
Oh,
to make like
really?
blues type
Well,
of
that's
music.
dope.
And yeah, yep. This is my baby right here.
So
Okay.
what do you read? Do you read treble clef or bass clef?
I can't read music.
Oh wow.
I play
Okay, so
by
you
ear.
just
You
okay.
fall.
That's
So you
super
like
dope.
drum line. You like to do the you like to make camera drum line.
I have drums over here. I have the congas too.
You play
I
that
love
too?
music, man. Anything I can get my hands on. I have a malacca. I've got all types of doodads. I
You play
produce my own
Okay.
beats too.
you play that
Yep.
by ear too?
Yeah, I play everything by ear. I'm not good with reading music. I'm like illiterate when it comes to that, but
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of go with the flow of it all. I don't know. I
Playing
just
by ear is dope though.
whatever I can
That
get
makes
my
it sound
hands
raw.
on.
Yeah.
But mostly
So
it's that mic that I want. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just
Right.
that free flow of words, that spoken word.
what
So,
made you
Yeah.
go ahead?
are there any female MCs out there in particular? I know you mentioned Nas. Uh, are there any female MCs out there in particular that influence you that you really really like?
That I like a lot.
Yeah,
Definitely Snow the Product.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Definitely
Yeah.
Snow the Product. She's the
I had a
shit.
feeling you were going to say that.
Yeah.
Snow the product is dope. She
She's
is
my
dope.
vibe too. She's my vibe. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm bisexual. Got to keep it 100. So she's where it's at. I'm all about her.
Okay.
I love Cardi B though. I love Megan the Stallion. I can't knock any of these women. I think real women should empower each other, and I love everything that they do.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
But Snow the Product just has a unique style, and I love her music videos.
Okay.
So you're also an advocate for
I
women,
am.
single mothers. You want to talk about that for a little bit, just some of your advocacy?
Yeah, I've done some advocacy work for mental health awareness and chronic homelessness awareness. I've been put before a stage before the police industry, the police force, and the medical industry. My doctor had me speak on my history of where I came from. It's a long story of where I come from. I don't like to talk about my past too much because I believe that you got to meet people where they're at. And
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
I've done a lot of things where I go out and I'll help an individual find services. They called it a recovery angel. I don't really like that term. You know what I mean? Plus, I smoke marijuana. I'm not completely sober. And I enjoy helping people know that it's going to be okay once you hit rock bottom. Because once you hit rock bottom, there's no way to go but up. And it's really up to you at the end of the day what you want to do. And you could be handed all these services, but do nothing with it. I was given a
Mm-hmm.
grant taken off the street. I've been in this program for 6 years, and I used this opportunity to clear out all the snakes in the grass, to just focus on my music, to just focus on my art. You know, I was truly blessed because I was at rock bottom. I've dealt with a lot of domestic violence, but you know, that's over and done with. We keep it civil for the children. And I was in a rough spot. I was living in a teepee by a river, and it was a good time though. I kind of enjoyed being out in the wild for a while until it became just too much and the season changed and I needed to be just stable. I could have a child. I can't just be out on the streets homeless. So for single moms out there, you know, it's not simple and we all need help from time to time.
So I apologize. I didn't read your bio, so I'm about to ask a question that might have been in your bio, and I'm about to ask a question that might be considered a tough question. But first, what is your ethnicity? Are you Caucasian? Are you mixed?
I'm Caucasian. I'm Irish, Lithuanian, and French.
Oh wow! You say
Yep.
Caucasian?
Being from Massachusetts, I figured there was some Irish
Oh,
up in there.
Oh,
Okay.
Wait a second. House of Pain. They're from up there, ain't? Jump around and all
From
that.
Massachusetts?
Yeah.
Boston, right?
I think so, but to be honest, that's a TV show, right?
No, they did that song
from back in
Jump
the day.
Around.
Come on, jump around, jump around,
Oh,
jump around,
jump up,
jump up and get down.
Yeah.
They are from Boston, as they call
Seems to
it.
be like
Boston.
seems to
So
be like
me, that went way over my head.
Yeah.
For
So
a moment there.
my follow-up question to that is: so, women in hip hop, like if if women in hip hop that's just trying to get on, just based off substance without any sex. You know, a lot of times in music, sex sells. So without doing sex, a lot of times women have a little bit more of a challenge to get in, right? Just in general. So with you being a woman and being Caucasian, have you dealt with any additional challenges trying to get into hip hop, being a woman and of the Caucasian descent?
Well, the funny thing is I'm not gonna lie. I've gotten OnlyFans. I had a bit of a presence in the past in pornography, so sex does sell. But I've humbled myself and I've settled down a bit in the game. And I want to really get in there with the passion. And I don't care how long it takes me to get in because I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Like, that's my life. That's how I live. And just because I'm not on a TV screen and thousands of houses don't know household name, like, I'm not a household item, to me, I'm still doing it because I'm living it. So it's just, I don't know what it's going to take for me to get in there or get seen, but all I know is that every day I'm going to keep going hard and I'm going to keep producing music with my friends and pushing this album. And I can't wait to make more. I'm already tired of this album. I'm like, I need something fresh. Every day I freestyle. So I don't know what it's going to take. And sex does sell, but I'm not afraid of that at all. I've dealt with the challenges. I've been in the industry a bit.
Okay. So you kind of you touch on that topic on one of my favorite songs, "Objectified." Like, I really dug that song, and when I listened to that song, I said, "Okay, please listen. All right, I don't want to offend you. I use the B word, but not in an offensive, not to be offensive." But like when I was listening to that song, I was like, "Okay, this is my kind of bitch," because like I'm an open book, and I can tell that you are as well, and so like. Like you are who you are. Your journey is your journey. If you want to judge me, fuck you. This is my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get that vibe from you, and I really fuck with it.
Thank you.
Like, your life is your life. Like, what is, everything we go through brings us to the point that we're at now. So why be ashamed, of what we've been through? So I really fuck with that.
Exactly. And I, like I'm a thicker woman as well. Like, I used to be tiny, and for me to get up on stage and to perform the way that I look now compared to the way I used to look when I was doing modeling and things like that, it was so much more empowering because I'm just comfortable in my skin now. Like, I don't care what I look like. I don't care what size I am. I just want to make. I have my own company called Make Yourself Heard as a photographer, but I want to essentially make my own label, Make Yourself Heard, one day and help the youth spit. I want to do something with the agency that helped me succeed and see if I could start a program where I take young teens off the street and give them things to do during the day. Like I do graphic design and photography, and I have a lot of different, hobbies and crafts that I do. And I want to really help the youth open up their eyes and speak their mind. I feel like it's, we're oppressed, all of us.
And you wear a lot of hats. That's super dope.
Yeah. But it's always,
I'm definitely a humanitarian.
Yeah. And it's great when all that you've been through, all that you're trying to do, you're still trying to give back. I think that's awesome. A lot of people will pull themselves up and just not look back, but paying it forward, and going back, it's just dope.
I tell you probably the most amazing thing I'm hearing from you is through everything that you've been through, stuff that you haven't told us, but I can tell you've been through some shit. Through every fucking thing you've been through, like you still got this fucking positive spirit vibe. Like you still, glass is still half full. The world is still your oyster. You still can conquer all this shit, and you still thrive. And you're not letting. You got a very optimistic viewpoint, even all the shit that you're going through, and that's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, you gotta stay. I got "Stay Positive" tattooed on my chest for a reason.
Okay.
You have to.
What's your favorite?
I don't know.
Your favorite?
I just.
Oh. No, I was asking, what's your favorite song? What's your favorite song that you put on the mic? Do you have a favorite?
That I do, or that somebody else does?
Yeah, yours. Your work.
I've got a comedic song called "Love That BBC," and that's one of my favorite songs. I don't care what anyone says. I believe in equality, and that's probably my favorite song. Just because for the comedic relief of it, you know what I mean? Like me being proud to say, you know what I like, and it is what it is. But Objectified is one of my favorite songs. Noctis is one of my favorite songs. Every day, check my YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm about to ask about that song.
I knew you were.
Yeah, I figured that. I figured that was coming.
If you give this motherfucker an opening,
he's definitely gonna take it
through the fucking door. All you gotta do is give him an opening, Mark.
Absolutely.
Hey,
I know it too.
Hey, Mark, when she said it, I'm like, oh, here we go. She gave him her opening.
So while we're waiting for her to come back, she mentioned her song Noctis. That's actually the song that Troy from Blast Music heard, and that's the song that inspired him to reach out to her.
Yeah, I heard that record. You know what I'm saying? That was good. You know what I'm saying? I was pleasantly surprised, you know what I'm saying, how she was able to put that together, She had a couple other joints that was nice too. This one joint, I was saying to myself, I can't wait to play this in the car. You know what I'm saying? This song, she got Habits and Homies.
Yeah. I like that one. I was
like, I gotta get that in the car. Like, I don't know, for me, it's like, when I listen to music, it's either the car or big ass headphones. I'm just like, I can't listen to it, any other way. You know what I'm saying?
If it's loud, if it's hitting you,
it's different. It has to be loud. Like, now if I already heard it 100 times, I could play it at any level. But when you first, a song that you feeling and you only played it a couple times and you want to play it loud as shit. Like, so I was like, man, that will be on that will be added to my playlist. And then I'll do that tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I'll get that in the mix.
I like the Roosters in the Cut joint she got featuring. That's a dope one as well. Yo,
check the podcast message.
Okay.
What? Shit, we're on a podcast. Fuck, I need to hide it for. Just tell a nigga shit. Check the podcast message, man. The group message, man. The messenger, man.
Okay, that's weird that you would say that during a live show, but okay.
I'm on the podcast, and I'm telling you, check something about the podcast.
Oh, Merv, you were missed.
What's happening?
Yeah, I still don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
So, are we gonna? Shawn, you done? Shawn, you done taking your bathroom break? Shawn had to take a dump. He didn't tell y'all that. But yeah, I think he's done.
No, you like doing taking a shit. I ain't gonna tell nobody else.
It was them ribs. Man. He ate them ribs too fast. I told you, Stacks.
He got mud butt.
Yeah. That sauce got to him.
Man, shoot. He probably had them dollar joints. You know what I'm saying?
What's wrong with y'all, man?
He was eating. I messaged Stacks. I was like, Stacks, tell Shawn to slow down on them ribs before he bite his tongue.
Man, please. It wasn't even ribs. That boy probably was eating a McRib and shit. You know what I mean? It messed them all up.
Yo, y'all crazy, man.
We got them bubble guts.
What is wrong with y'all, man? I'm backstage the whole time.
Eating the wrong shit. Eating the wrong shit backstage.
Don't go in there for 30, 45 minutes.
Y'all are crazy, man.
Ingrid said yummy dinner be ready in a minute, but he just had to go and get a McRib. You know what I mean? That's the problem right there.
Yo, y'all finished?
Hey, Mark, that nigga was impatient.
You was tearing it up. I was watching you. I was watching you.
Ah, shit.
Him with the curry goat and you with the ribs.
I wasn't eating no ribs.
What was you eating?
Nothing. Stats was eating curry goat.
Yeah, but what was you eating?
Yo, how are we here right now? Let's y'all finish up with Protomorphic. I'm backstage to help out the StreamYard. So let's get it right.
Well, bring your back on and take your ass off and help the StreamYard.
Yeah, because he was ready to get into his question.
Time out. Did you change something? Something look different.
The angle or the hair?
I don't know, because you look different.
Maybe it's the lighting.
It might be alright. You put on makeup or some shit?
No, she didn't have that lipstick on.
You put on some makeup or something?
Man, what the fuck is wrong with you? What are you talking about?
That BBC song that got him a little interested.
She had on a hat. She took off the hat.
Well,
she had on the hood.
Right? I knew something was different. I just couldn't pick up what the fuck she put. Okay, it was a hat. My bad.
For the listeners,
I help you out. She had the hoodie on.
For the listeners, since the podcast is on Apple, nothing about her changed. I think she's in different lighting. She has on what color lipstick is that? That looks like it's like a dark red.
Yeah, this says the hoodie. She got the hoodie on. She didn't have the hoodie on earlier. Now she got the hoodie.
She had the hood on earlier.
Well, that's what fucking Stack said. She took the
and the red hair.
Yeah, I did.
She don't have her headphones in.
It's the lighting, I think.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, like can make a whole person change. But look, hey, so
this boy was calm until she said BBC, and then he just got hyped.
It was like bang.
So they always have me ask a question for them. They want to know about the BBC song.
No, we don't.
No, you want to know. You
in particular.
You.
No, I want to know about the BBC song. I want to know what people think about it. And hey,
I haven't heard it yet.
Single.
So
I'm single and ready to mingle. You know what I'm saying? Always.
Y'all heard it first. Live. This is an exclusive.
Hey man, if there's any kind of exclusivity or something going on, we definitely don't need you asking the questions because we are trying to be able to stay on all of our major platforms. We don't want Apple to kick us off. We don't want Stitcher to kick us off. So try to keep it light, Merv. I mean, it's a family show for the most part.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll listen to the song later.
I know you will.
Is that song on SoundCloud?
That song's on YouTube.
Oh,
Okay.
It might possibly be on SoundCloud as well. I have to renew my my subscription to SoundCloud. I haven't been posting on SoundCloud. I've been posting on YouTube every day.
Okay.
But I love that BBC is on YouTube.
You hear that, Murph? You know what I'm saying? Put that on your playlist.
He might check that out. He might check that out during the show, knowing his ass.
Yeah, ain't.
Yeah. Like y'all continue. I'ma just.
But yeah, I tattoo as well. I tattooed my own hand. You can't really see it here at all. But
how many tats do you have?
A bunch of. How many crafts? A lot.
You lost count?
Tats?
Yeah.
I did. I'm covered. I hope to get more.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
She also does tarot. She picked a card for us the other day in our meeting.
Oh, let me grab my deck right now.
Yeah, that's what's up. I don't want no tarot reading now.
Yeah, I
don't want no tarot reading.
Y'all are from Georgetown, Geechee Gullah Hoodoo land.
Yeah, I'm also paranoid as fuck sometimes, so I don't need that type of. I don't need that type of shit.
Hey, listen, I'll do none of that skeleton key shit. You start talking, I'm removing myself from a podcast.
Who's at the night?
No, that's somebody with the head cut off. See, that's the kind of shit I'm talking about. Let's get back to talking music.
Oh, that was Death.
Hey, this time we're talking about this shit.
Yep.
But in tarot cards, death doesn't mean literal death.
It can mean rebirth and renewal, like an ego death.
People start having to ask you what is it you don't do?
For real,
you do a lot of shit. Jack of all trades, huh?
Well, actually, the Jill of all trades, she's a woman.
I don't give myself enough credit. That's what I don't do.
That's a problem that a lot of us have.
Yeah, that's a problem I have as well, man.
I ain't got that problem.
Yeah, I don't have that problem either. You know what I mean? That problem definitely don't exist. Yeah, no.
I'm trying to work on that with myself. Definitely my self-care and my self-love. I'm always getting into relationships. Just got out of this little whack fling. Like, I need to just love myself and give myself more credit and continue.
No, wait a minute. Let me ask you a question real quick.
Was that a BBC?
Wow.
Here you go.
View Vibez is starting to trend.
No, but
go ahead.
But what I'm saying is, you can freestyle and all that, right? So, you just said you went through like a whack relationship or situationship or whatever it was. I like, man, shit. I'm like, look, if I could freestyle, I'll be going in the booth every night on some shit. Like, you know what I mean, you a bitch. Yeah, I'll be going in. You know what I'm saying?
Basically, what I did, my YouTube, all my new songs are all dedicated to just like whack relationships and how people can make you feel.
Yeah,
I mean, that shit's gonna be dope. Based on Mary J. Blige, you're going through something.
Yeah. I'm trying to tell you, yeah, that's true. Mary J. done made, a whole career off of shit true. Like that.
So while you were off, Mark and I, we were talking about the song Habits and Homies, how we were really feeling that. And he was saying he can't wait to listen to it in the car. I remember when we were talking before, you said that you're starting to get into producing and stuff. But who else, like, because you have like some really dope beats that you rap over. Did you do some of them?
Yeah. My boy Grim Singmuff makes most of my beats off of my recent. And D Lynch actually produced the beats. I got exclusive rights to the beats.
Okay, good.
For This Is Me. And other than that, I just use free beats, but I am producing my own. I do have all the equipment. Like I have a home studio, but my friend is teaching me that craft. That's what I don't do very well yet. So, but one of my biggest inspirations for as a producer is Scrim from Suicide Boys. I don't know what it is about him, but there's just something about the way he produces his music that I value and I look up to and I appreciate.
Okay. Do you have Grim exclusive to you, or he produces with others as well?
I love a lot of producers, but there's something about that guy. Him, just G59 and that whole record company is lit.
Okay.
If I could collab with people, it would be with them, but that's like a dream, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Them and like also people like Free Soul, Aura the Prophet, Leo Dynasty, just and then obviously my group of friends, Earworm Entertainment, out in Rhode Island, and they're from New Hampshire as well. We just had a show, but I've got my big dream people in my head that I love that produce that I would love with, but I don't know how to go about doing any of that.
We got excuse me. So we got time for about 2 more questions, and then her last statements, what she want to tell us.
So if people want to buy your album that you have, the latest one, how would they go about doing that?
By contacting me personally, and I will personally ship it out to whoever wants them. But I want to talk to Troy and see if I could just send them over to Blast and see if possibly I could sell them right off of Blast.
Okay.
But that's what works.
Okay. So then I guess Troy will get in contact with Shawn, either or.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, that's still in the works. The CDs are fresh. They just came. This is my first time really doing this, like this experience-wise, doing it legitimately. So.
And I'm like, man, you might send them out, might have to autograph a couple of them things,
Yeah.
I'm in the process of learning. Everything's a learning experience, and I will be up. Oh, I'll send you guys some CDs.
That would be great. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, sign it though. Sign it.
Yeah, we'll put
sign
that
shit.
Yeah.
Subtraction.
Yeah. I mean, General Tay sign.
Give me.
Yeah, I'm saying we need you.
Give me a place to send it, and I'll send it. I'll send them. I'll send you each one.
Thank you. Yeah. So, you want to tell us about your show? I know you mentioned it a little bit, but you had a show the other day. Will you be doing more?
Yep. There's a show possibly in the works for September. My friend has to let me know, but as far as myself goes, I'm going to try to reach out and socially network with my people in Providence, see if I can get a show, because I need to have that experience again. I definitely, and I want to keep doing it. You know what I mean? Like doing it live is so much fun, and it's amazing. Like I expected myself to not be able to do it. Like I just held myself at a low expectation, and I exceeded it, and I'm proud of myself. I'm super stoked on it, and I just want to keep making music, and I want to perform live more often. Absolutely.
All right.
That's wonderful. We're going to put it into the universe, and then so shall it be.
So we got Protomorphic.
That's what I did.
So we got Protomorphic. She is working on her next. She's working on a live show for September. She's going to get with Blast, and Blast going to get with us, so we can let our viewers know and let everybody, our audience and fans, know how to get in contact with you, or get in contact with Blast, so they can be able to purchase your music. So we work with Blast and make sure that we coordinate that, so people will know how to contact you or contact them for your music. And I'm pretty sure we'll be keeping in contact with her, so we know about her new music that's coming out, any upcoming shows that we can let the listeners know until she come back and bless us with her presence again.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
And real quick, on all social media, you are at Protomorphic, right?
I have 2 Instagrams, but it's the one I use primarily is at Protomorphic with a 0. And
Okay.
you can find the tag though in the at Protomorphic. I basically post the same stuff on both, but
Okay.
Excuse me?
No, I was okay. All right, I see you.
And I'm on
the
Facebook.
0 is in
I'm on
Morphic.
Facebook too. I'm a real live person. I do interact with people.
Okay, good. That's good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is good.
Mm-hmm.
You got more followers.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We really enjoyed having you. And we look forward,
Thank you guys so much for having
hearing new music, and yeah, definitely keep us updated on everything that you're doing.
I definitely will, and thank you guys for taking the time to listen to me. It's humbling, and I really value all of you. And I can't wait to send you guys some CDs, and I'll definitely sign them.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate
Looking forward to that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Take care, honey.
All right, later.
And also, she ought to watch out for Merv.
Yeah.
Coming to a damn inbox near you.
Right. Merv and Marc, yo, when she said that, Marc was like,
Marc, these kids was about to release the crack, and I'm like, oh my God, it's about to get weird.
I got nervous. I was nervous, man. I was going to email Peter because you don't know what's going to come out of Marc's mouth, man. Like, Marc is gearing up. You know where Merv at, man. You know Merv head goes to directly, man. So I was getting really worried, man. But they governed themselves accordingly. So that's a step in the right direction, right?
Oh, pretty decent for their standards,
Oh, but you better believe if you don't think Marc is going to be in inbox tonight, you haven't been watching the shows. You haven't been watching these shows. If you don't think for a second, Marc is gearing up. Marc is going to drop in that inbox tonight. If you don't, if you don't worry about that. But for real, shout out to Protomorphic. I'm sorry I wasn't able to really vibe out with y'all, but you guys know StreamYard is crazy. We have a lot of issues with StreamYard. I didn't want to disrupt the flow of the bandwidth of StreamYard. But she got some really good music out there. We're going to definitely drop it in the chat tonight. So you guys out there who are listening, those of you who are actually watching, get a chance to really hop on that and vibe out with Protomorphic. So shout out to her again. Shout out to the guys, man, at Blast Music for being able to find some great independent artists out there to share their music with us. And we definitely going to support Protomorphic as we go going forward. As we get music from her, we're going to definitely share with all of you. Mm-hmm. So again, thank you, Protomorphic, for hopping on tonight. We're definitely going to keep you in contact so we can get some exclusive drops and also get some footage from the concert this past weekend. So we're looking forward to that as well. So again, salute to you and much blessings and much success to you as well.
Yeah, that'll be dope to see her in her element.
Absolutely. So Protomorphic, if you're still listening, you go back and listen to this. We need videos, we need footage, we need all of that from this past week's concert that you had. We want to see how you rock everything out. We want to hear some new music. We want to hear it all. So please drop it to us so we can share it to the masses.
And ignore Merv's inbox. It's quite obvious.
He's please.
Already couldn't wait till after the show.
Just go ahead and block them.
Ignore that. Just block. You have to block that.
Yes, Marc too.
Yeah, you got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Like I had to get my bid in early. It's a bit more.
And Stacks, do you think Mark is going to send it? Be like, yo, if you get a message from Merv, don't worry about that dude.
Dirty Mac.
Dirty Mac season has returned, but Dirty Mac season has returned as well.
Dirty Mac season from what? Dirty Mac season from August to December, right?
These are the cats that totally derail cuffing season, bro. They make it hard doing cuffing season, bro. They would derail all of it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Protomorphic. We're gonna drop your YouTube in there as well, so everyone can have access to it as well. So thank you so much for that. So, yo, y'all ready to get into this shit?
Before we talk about this, can I tell you something?
No.
I'm just saying.
I wasn't even talking to you. So, Shawn is always coming at my hometown. I was there this past weekend. Let me tell you something. It was so wonderful. It was beautiful. Yay. Like, there is something to be said, about small towns. I'm sorry, we don't have no slogan, York get the money or nothing like that. But it's a really dope place.
Shout out to York, man. Shout out to York, Pennsylvania, man.
That's right.
Lovely town, man. Shout out to all 35, 36 people.
Goodness.
And that means peace. That means peace. This means peace in York. So shout out to York.
It does not.
Yo, so
shout out to the Whedon family in York. That's my family. Yeah,
indeed. Salute to the Whedon family. So y'all ready to get into it?
I'm ready for this.
Let's breeze from the warm up.
Hilarious.
To the main app. Let's get some appetizers out real quick, and then we get to the main point.
Wait, we keeping Nick on?
Look at Mark's face.
I'm chilling. Shit.
Mark is chilling, man. Mark is on chill.
Let me tell you something, Mark. You cannot hide how you feel. Like, you be thinking, like, I don't think you really have a poker face.
No,
like, it just really be all. It is, and I just be tripping. It is hilarious.
No, you know what? The only time I have a poker face if I got to deal with cops. I mean, other than that, no.
Wow.
Okay, wow. One time for the street niggas. That's what's up.
I wish I had some gunshots to go off right now. One time for the streets. Pow, pow, pow.
Hell yeah, man! They get it in.
Yo, so I want to go through some of the things that's hitting the billboards hitting the actual circuit right now, man.
All right.
So Mark, your girl, man, Rihanna.
Yep.
Billionaire status, man.
Billionaire.
How you feel about that, man?
Well, let me give a shout out to what's the young boy A Boogie? You know what I'm saying? It's not A Boogie, but yeah, man, I'm thinking ASAP Rock. ASAP Rock. Let me give a shout out to ASAP Rock. Your girl's a billionaire. You don't have to do shit else. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, I like shoes. I mean, shout out to the city boys. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, no, but seriously, Rihanna, a billionaire. That Fenty. For the Fenty beauty line. I know a lot of females. That really didn't jump on that. They didn't roll with Rihanna on that. Yep. And I'm glad to see it though, because I'm just like, man, you see all these
lingerie.
Yeah. And the thing is, you see all these other companies, you know what I'm saying, get all the spotlight or whatever and everything like that. And I'm just like, well, you know what? I like to see the sister supporting the sister. You know what I'm saying? And Rihanna's at the top, you know what I'm saying? So she doing her thing, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how can you not, like, this is black excellence, man. How can you not like this? You know what I'm saying? So this is what's up.
Mark, and I was just about to say that black excellence is always a good day when something come across the feed where there's another black billionaire out there, man. It's a beautiful thing, man.
Absolutely.
I mean, y'all. He's a bad.
As a girl,
thanks, man.
We put that out there because she is super fine. I mean, let's just call
She's
it
what it is. Sexy woman.
Get up.
Yeah.
But as a woman, can I get into like this my girly thing? Because I'm so rare am I a girl. But when she dropped her makeup line, she came out with like 40 foundation colors, which is which is huge for a new makeup company. And she really, it was from the lightest of the light, to, dark. And then she added more colors. And just like with the Savage Fenty, her lingerie line, she promoted to women of all sizes, whether you were a 0 or a 20. And if you look at her advertisements, you'll see women of all sizes in them, all sizes, all ethnicities, everything. It's beautiful. So she, she did her thing. She's,
So basically,
this is a good time when you are for everybody, Mark.
Right.
It's usually not a good thing when you say, oh, she for everybody. But yes, the Fenty brand is truly for everybody.
Right.
Man.
Let me ask y'all this. Does this catapult Chris Brown as having the biggest L in the history of music at this point? Does this count as an L for Chris Brown?
No, I'm gonna say like this. They were young. They had a toxic ass relationship that went the way it went. I mean, everybody has been, I think, in a toxic relationship at least once. You know what I mean? Either you were toxic or they were toxic. Y'all both toxic at the same time. So I'm just like, you live and you learn. I was just like, older Chris Brown might be different than young bull Chris Brown. So that's all that is.
I don't agree with that toxic narrative, Mark. I never been in a relationship.
Well, we can ride briefly.
I say like this, well, most people, all right, Shawn, most people. Shit.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? I just like, man.
Thank you. Shout out to my Buddha. Shout out to my Buddha for real. You know what I mean? No toxic over here.
Oh, wait a minute. Shawn, you done told us toxic stories, and how you had to, beg like Keith Sweat to get back in. So fuck out of here with that. You know what I mean?
That's not toxic.
Wow. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That is toxic. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, that is toxic. You know what I mean? That means do your job correctly the first time, so that way you don't have no problem. You know what I'm saying?
It's week 2. What is that your stories are coming to light? What's going on?
Yeah. He act like that we don't know these stories, but we do. You know what I'm saying?
What is we know. Merv got that look. Keep this shit going.
Last week, the story where you broke the little boy's heart. Now,
Merv see me interact with my queen. Merv, you saw it, right? You see how I interact with my queen.
Listen, you know what I'm saying?
Don't try to use the woke words, to try to get some.
Just because Shawn came to his senses now. You know what I mean? For it doesn't mean he was at his senses then. I mean, when he copped the Mountaineer on the 22s and shit, he was feeling himself, and then that's when Ingrid was like, "Yo, fuck out of here." And then you know what I mean? Then he had to get back in there. You know what I mean? Listen, and you know what? And this is a true story. I don't even know what it is, but back in that time when you had rims on the car, you know what I mean? You thought you was really the shit. You know what I mean? Until you got checked by somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? It happens, man.
Lima, Marc has shown violence.
The rims with the Shawn had, and he almost lost his lady. Then he had to get rid of the rims, jump back in that hoopty, and go get it.
Oh my goodness!
No.
Yeah.
I got
you. Yo, Ingrid allowed him to cop the Audi later. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think you've done enough apologizing. So. Yeah, I mean, you can get the Audi, and that's how he got it. You know what I mean? It wasn't really anything else.
So how do we get here from beyond?
We gotta get humble. Niggas,
yeah, see? You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, hey, Mark, he tell you fast and free.
Is this what Queens does?
Stacks, you're gonna sit here and let this happen?
Queens get some money?
I actually am. I'm enjoying it.
Wow, that's interesting, Stacks. That's interesting.
Hey, Mark, the longer we do this, the less we have to talk about the album. So keep it going.
Mark, that come from living in something and still think you a Queens nigga.
Wow. It's personal. In other news, the Suicide Squad came out with a movie. No spoilers. Damn, Payback is going to be great tonight. So I don't know if I had a chance to watch the movie. I wish I had 4 hands. I could get 4 thumbs down.
I heard the same thing, Shawn. I actually heard the same thing.
DC movies.
it's not what it is no more.
They
Like
need to
it's not
stop.
what it is really. They need to stop. Like, but the sad part about this is they brought in James Gunn. He's the director from and the writer for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it shows you how much that Marvel brand holds weight. When Marvel as a collective, they put together great movies and great stories collectively. And they even plucked away James Gunn, and it took several people from the Marvel universe and put in this movie. They had like several people in this movie from Marvel, and it still didn't work. To me, it didn't work. And you got Idris Elba as your leading actor, and it didn't work. It has some funny moments, but overall,
that ain't saying much right there. I'm sorry.
I would see him in this kind of movie, though. I can't see him in this kind of movie.
You said better. Better than the first?
He did pretty good. He did pretty good. He was the leading character, the leading actor, but he did decent. But man, when the main villain is a starfish, a giant starfish, I mean, what more?
But you know what though? You could be a good actor, but if it's a bad movie, a good actor can't even carry a bad movie. A bad movie's still gonna be bad, even if he can act. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you got to turn some shit down.
You got to, man. But you know, Will Smith was supposed to be in it, but he was a scheduling conflict. That he couldn't make it for the second one. And I see, you know, Blast said that it was better than the first one. That's not saying much because the first one was also bad. So I wasn't. It was okay if you looking at something to be entertained by on a Friday night when you got nothing else going on.
Can I answer, Lima? Why are you mad at Idris Elba? I mean, he got killed. Like Omar shotgunned him to death. Like it's nothing he could do. He couldn't talk his way out of it. Him and Brother Muzone, y'all mean, lit his ass up. It's nothing y'all mean we could do about it. Okay, y'all mean, but we love Stringer Bell. R.I.P. Stringer Bell.
She probably an Avon fan, and she probably feel like he tried to go over Avon head and take over. So maybe.
You're right because he was talking to the cops. Yeah, he was talking to the cops at the end.
I got you.
Yeah, but he still got lit up. You know what I mean?
Speaking of talking to the cops, I had a chance to watch Cocaine Cowboys, King of Miami's.
Me too.
I didn't watch that, but I did see that it was out.
No spoilers. We're not gonna give any spoilers. Mark, I was kind of disappointed in this one in relation to the other ones.
Yeah. This was based on these guys, Sal Magutta and Willie Falcone, right? Now, if you listen to any of Rick Ross's music, right? Especially if you're a fan of Rick Ross, you hear the name Willie Falcone all through his music from start to now, right? But these guys really were like players. They weren't killers. No. You know what I'm saying? It was just like they wanted to make their money, have fun, and that's it. You know what I mean? So they weren't your typical, drug kingpins. You know what I'm saying? And Miami had a whole host of them, but they really, operated like a business. But they still ended up getting caught because, when you have the money and success, sometimes you get lazy, which they did. You know what I'm saying? But you got to watch it for yourself and just see how the whole story goes, right? Yeah. I remember, it's crazy because, Shawn was telling me about this. You know what I'm saying? My mom, she watched it early. If you don't know anything about my mom, she's the gangster in the family. It's really not me. Don't give me that credit for my family. My mom, is the one who puts me on all the gangster shit that comes on TV. You know what I'm saying? So I just like, man, but she said she was just like, I like the other one better. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, yeah, but I would say watch it though, because it's some slick shit that they did, and then it's some dumb shit that they did. You know what I'm saying? Right. But still, it's a good story. I didn't have a chance to meet these guys. Okay, I got to Miami after, for everything went down after their era. So, but I did meet a cousin of theirs. You know what I'm saying? That I didn't find that out till later. You know what I'm saying? But he was a little crazy and he loved the party or whatever. So I was just like, oh, that was the same guy. We're like, yeah, that's their cousin. Oh, okay, got you. I didn't know. But
that's your limitations are up, Mark. So you clear to tell those stories.
You know what I'm saying? To some of them stories will go to the grave. I will not tell them. You know what I mean? But I was just like, man, you know, he's cool though. You know what I'm saying? But no, but check this out though. You know what I'm saying? You know, it was some real cool stuff in it though. You know.
Yeah.
Mark, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Did you like the second one? The one about out in Cali?
Yeah, you know, I was like, man, I like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they was able to flip it. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, he got off and then went back to Miami. And then they see him on TV after that racing the speedboat. That was nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're the cop who arrested him. He gets off. And then you happen to just turn on ESPN randomly at your house. Wait a minute. That's the guy who I arrested. He's in a world class championship speedboat race. And that's the guy that you arrested. And he has a different name. Like, wait a minute. The guy I arrested was this guy. But his name is this guy. Now you got to go to Miami to try to catch him. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Which one, Lima? The third? I didn't see the third one. I just saw the original one, and then the Cali one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've seen all. I binge watched this weekend.
Lima calls me 7.
I binge watched it. I liked it. I thought the story was good. It wasn't as gritty as the original Cocaine Cowboys. The other one was like war. It was like a war zone down there during that time. I mean, bodies are popping up all over Miami. This one, these guys just wanted to have fun. These guys just wanted to really get out there and do their thing. I didn't realize how much money. I mean, those guys had 75 tons of coke, man. And it wasn't even stepped on. So that tells you, man.
Yeah,
it wasn't even stepped on, bro. That was,
man. That, you know, pure shit. I'm gonna tell you, it's a different feeling. That's all I'm gonna say about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, what Nick say? Nick say, stretch it, stretch it some more.
Stretch it some more, nigga.
Hey, Stacks. If you go back and listen to that "Pray for Paris" CD, when old boy did the tap dancing on the hook, he was like, "We had the tap dance on it." He was tap dancing on that joint. Yo, but go and check it out. You will enjoy it. To me, it's a slow burn, but it was. I love documentaries, man. So I had to get into it.
Yeah, no doubt.
So fellas, man, the Olympics, we pulled it out. The ladies came through. Got the gold. Got the gold. So Stacks, Merv, yo, shout out to SC, man.
Oh, dang. Hey, this one time I get to pull a Marc. South Carolina all day.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Hey, I don't know if you got to catch it, but Asia was killing. She was eating in the gold medal game. She was eating. And you know what? You can still say Philly all day because Don Staley.
Yeah.
Definitely. I know it's coming.
USC, Merv alma mater.
Listen, Don Staley need a fucking raise at USC. Don Staley should be the highest paid fucking coach on USC campus out of all sports,
all athletics,
including football. Give her fucking money.
Hey, as much as I would love to see that, we know football drives the bus, the car, and the jet in college. You know what I'm saying? In football, you know, the coach of football always be paid more.
Yep. And Mark, you ain't lying because we're not that good right now. But boy, they have South Carolina. A lot of people don't know South Carolina got some of the best facilities as far as it goes with football.
Listen, Mark, there's enough football money to give to fucking Don Staley. I know football runs this shit. I played football, but what I'm saying is she deserves more fucking money than any fucking coach on campus out all the fucking sports.
And the statue, she ain't got one yet. They need to put a statue.
I would say like this, you know, probably they could start with making her the highest paid in her sport. They could start right there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if she is. You know what I mean? Probably that guy in Connecticut. You know what I mean? Because he's been around forever. But I was just like, you could start with that. Start with making her the highest paid in her sport.
Well, she's accomplished, man. It's unbelievable, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So South Carolina, man, stand up. USC, stand up, man. Well deserved out there. I mean, we even had the men's basketball team to pull through, fellas.
Let me go ahead and say like this. Yo, for everybody, you know, who was like, man, it's over for USA basketball. They washed. Kevin Durant heard you talking. and said, "Shut the fuck up." That's basically what he did. You know what I mean?
KD said his skill is unmatched. He's right.
You know what I'm saying? And he's right. You know what I mean? KD, man, you know, I'm like, man, this was KD. This wasn't even burner account KD. This was KD talking shit. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Yeah. And you know what was absolutely great, man? KD didn't even wait. KD went to Instagram Live and he was talking his shit.
As he should.
So him and Draymond was talking their shit live, going back to the locker room after the gold medal game.
I'm gonna tell you, but you know what? With KD, you know what? Stacks, and I know you're gonna appreciate this, right? It reminded me of Kobe when he won his 5th title, right? And the first thing Kobe said, it wasn't that he was happy to win the championship. Yeah, I got one more than Shaq.
One more than Shaq.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that was the first thing that he said, and that's exactly how KD was attacking everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, he was just talking his shit. And Draymond was like a great cheerleader. You know what I'm saying? For real, right there, you know what I mean, talking shit right behind him. So we get it.
Let's be honest. KD is now the leading scorer in men's basketball history. So you got to put that question out there as to whether he is the greatest basketball player in Olympic. I'm talking about Olympic. I'm not talking about NBA, nothing like that. As far as the Olympics.
For Team USA or any?
Team USA.
Okay.
Like Olympic, like FIFA or whatever you want to call it. Because KD is right. He said this skill is unmatched. And my homeboy was like, nah, your skill is unmatched because KD is just I like to call him a basketball experience. Like if you have to go in the lab and craft a game like KD. Yes, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. He's a fucking cheat code. And it's you never had a player that was a 7-footer. It's hard. He shoots over everybody, and it's wet. He can drive. He can defend. He's long. I mean, he don't have too many. You don't have no. I can't say that.
You know what's crazy? KD actually became what we wanted T-Mac to become. You know what I'm saying? You know, we wanted T-Mac to be that player because he had the size and the skill, but he never became that player. Even though he's a Hall of Famer, even though he had some great seasons.
Yeah, injury.
You know what I'm saying? No, but here's the thing. You know what I'm saying? No, but those injuries didn't really come till later. You know what I'm saying? They didn't come early. In Orlando, he's injury free. In most of Houston, he was injury free.
Hey, Marc, let's not act like early in his career. I think like year 4, people had him ahead of Kobe.
I'm gonna say like this: T-Mac, you know what I'm saying? We thought that he could be at that level. He just never got there. You know what I'm saying? And that's really more from not using his teammates and stuff like that. In Orlando, T-Mac was just like, yo, long as I get about 50 or 60, I don't give a shit what else happens. You know what I'm saying? That's how he carried it. You know what I mean? And KD, you know what I mean, he still gets his, but I think he puts an emphasis on trying to win too. You know what I'm saying? Not to say, you know what I mean, he hasn't won a chance, he hasn't, you know what I mean, been able to, run them titles up yet, but I think he puts more of an emphasis on winning than T-Mac did, especially in their proms. So, like I said, I think, you know what I mean, I think we wanted T-Mac to become that player, you know what I mean, that KD currently is.
Word. But shout out to the men's basketball team. We pulled it through. It was scary, but we got through it. That's all that counts. We got the gold medal. The ladies got the gold medal.
Absolutely.
Where it should be. So let's continue our dominance there. And speaking of dominance.
Oh, absolutely.
Speaking of dominance. Shout out to Allison, man. Allison Felix, man.
Yeah.
Most decorated track and field, man. I don't think this young sister get her flowers as much as she should. Because what she's doing is really, I think, flying under the radar, to be honest, how she's dominating their track and field. And we don't really talk about it that much. But shout out to this sister, man, who's really doing it big. Give her flowers, man. Give her respect, man. Put respect on what she's doing out there in track and field, man. She's the most decorated track and field out there. And this is big. This is another situation where you gotta pay homage.
I gotta disagree with you. She's not the most decorated because, like you just said, she ain't getting her flowers. She's not talked about for that accomplishment right there, she's not talked about enough.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Yeah, I'm just saying. No, you said she's decorated. How is she decorated if they don't talk about her?
No, she's decorated by.
No, she's by the athletes. By the athletes.
Right, by
Okay,
athletes.
I thought you were talking about media. Okay, got it.
No, not at all.
About media. Okay, I got it.
No, the media don't really give her nearly enough credit.
Yeah, that's what I said.
There goes that revolution.
Yeah, revolution got it. Yeah.
It's kicking in. It's kicking in.
And Nick, I just said she don't get enough credit, and he said, "Yo, she don't get enough credit." Like, yeah, I just said that. Yeah,
yeah. I think to give it context, people really need to understand. If you're old enough, people need to understand what Carl Lewis meant to U.S. track and field. Has medals in several events, and it totaled. I mean, I had the long jump record at one point. Ran the 200, ran the 100. He managed to run up a total of 10 Olympic medals. That's huge. I think he started back in '88 or something like that. So now you got Allison Felix, Allison Felix, who now has 11. And like Marc said, it's not talked about enough, and it's a shame.
That's what I said.
Because I think it's because she's a woman, but 11 Olympic medals in your career, she needs her flowers.
That's a pretty big deal. That's a pretty big deal.
Hopefully, as time goes by,
it got to be because she's a woman.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Or is it because is it that, or is the track starting to lose its muster?
I think because she's not flashy. She's very well reserved. She go out there and handle her business and leave. Like, honestly, when she's out there. She does her thing and she gets out the way. You know what I mean? You're not going to see a lot of flashiness from her.
So she don't show, because if you don't show enough personality, there's nothing to write about, and the media.
Right.
That might be it. That might be it. Because hey, if goddamn Richardson, the one with the blonde hair and the nail, she get 11, best believe the whole fucking world gonna know about it. Because she's gonna tell y'all motherfuckers.
I honestly, I think that she should be getting more coverage. I mean, I guess the Olympics are over now. The closing ceremonies was yesterday.
Yeah,
I think that she should have been getting even more coverage, simply because of the terrible performance by the men's track team. I'm not going to say the field team, but the men's track team. This is the worst Olympics as far as men's track was in my lifetime, and I don't even think that's a bold statement. Yeah. It was horrible.
What Carl Lewis had to say about it, jeez, goodness.
I didn't have, and you know what, Mark? Man. Mark, I'm a track guy. I did not have a problem with what Carl Lewis said. He says a national embarrassment and it looked like a clown show, and he was absolutely right. These handoffs, like, you cannot be at the pinnacle. This is the highest level, and you cannot. I've been to youth meets that I've officiated where I've seen kids do better on pass offs. Me and Merv in high school did
they ain't practice.
Right.
There's no way they practice.
They didn't come prepared.
Or did they ain't practice enough?
You know what I'm saying? Either did the Jamaican women's team, but they did their thing.
They didn't come prepared, man.
I dare anybody, and none of those guys are going to say anything. What could you say to Carl Lewis? What could you say to Carl Lewis?
You got to take that on the chin. You got to take that on the chin.
Do better in 3 years. That's what you got to do.
Yo, what is wrong with Lena? Must be from Philly. And Lena got to be from Philly.
Absolutely.
But speaking about Allison Felix, here's another really cool thing she did before the Olympics started. She made sure that all the mothers, of young children had childcare while they were at the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? The Olympic Committee or whoever, was overseeing the money didn't think that was important to pay for it, which I don't even know why. You know what I mean? Y'all bunch of fucking idiots. You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
I'm Nike and started on shoe brand too.
Yeah, but for Allison Felix, to be able to step in and help that situation, that was big, and that kind of went unnoticed too. But I'm like, when it came across, for my wire or whatever, I was like, oh, this is big, this is good shit. I was like, man, So
I think that Nike, I think she left Nike's. Nike tried to put some type of clause in her contract, based on performance after she had a kid. Which is out of pocket, really out of pocket.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So she ended up starting her own shoe brand, if I'm not mistaken, and it's taken off. It just goes to show, man. You can be at the top of your game. I mean, women athletes have all these hurdles. I mean, they still want to, have a family, have kids and shit like that. But it's just so out of pocket that Nike was like, yeah, we gonna go and reassess. We want to reassess your contract based on performance since you had a kid. That's wow.
It is. Mm-hmm. It is. Well, much luck to her, man. She's out there killing it. We got to give her flowers. You got to pay attention to her, man. Got to give her props at this point.
No doubt.
So guys, we're going to keep on moving. Hall of Fame weekend.
Yes.
We had the Hall of Fame game. Then we had the Hall of Fame inductees. Just some quick
class.
It was a really, really good class. I was really pleased with this class. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna tell you.
You sort of highlight some of the folks.
I'm gonna tell you what it showed me. It showed me my age, man, because it seems like everybody that went to most of the people that went in the hall, I remember when they played in college. that's wild.
Yeah, some of them did. Like Calvin Johnson was one, which is a no-brainer. Probably one of the best receivers that ever played the game. Unstoppable Megatron.
Yeah.
Man, it just. I don't know. Merv, you think that was
Charles Woodson?
Yeah. I remember Charles Woodson in Michigan.
Peyton Manning at Tennessee. Yeah. Edgerrin James at the U.
Oh, Edge, that's my man's though. That's my man's.
Bill Cowher.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I guess Bill Cowher had to get in. I can get in that.
I mean, man, because what? Bill Cowher was head coach for what, 15, 16 years?
Yeah, he won.
You know what I'm saying?
He won two, right?
two chips. But I'm like, man, he probably had a lot of wins though too. Like Pittsburgh, I don't remember them. I don't remember them having a bunch of losing seasons on his watch.
Yeah,
if
the Super Bowl.
If any. So, Palomalu, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, Palomalu, in Philly, we hear that name. We heard that name like for years because, him, Brian Dawkins playing in the same position and the comparisons and all of that. So we always heard Palomalu's name, whether we got to see him play extensively or not. So I was just like,
never cheated the game. Palomalu never cheated the game, man.
No, he played hard.
I'll take Palomalu on Madden. I'll take Dawkins.
No. Wow. I was just like, man, but
James.
Listen, Edge, that's my guy. That's my guy right there.
His speech, if you haven't heard it yet, go listen to his speech. It is so inspirational. And he talks about his dreads, he talks about his gold teeth, and he talks about, people was telling him, hey, you need to cut that off. Nobody's going to take you serious. You got dreads and gold teeth. And he was saying, and they got the dreads on the bus. And he was like, people was pegging him as one of those guys that was going to go to jail. And he said he's now locked in the Canton Correctional Facility, inmate number 3. So, hey, that shit was so
that was dope.
You heard that shit, right, Mark? That shit was
I'm going to tell you, man, Edge, man, listen, Edge, when I first got down Miami, you know what I'm saying? I was like, and I didn't even know anybody. You know what I'm saying? We trying to get in this party, and we didn't know it was Edgerrin James' party or whatever, and I didn't really know him, but my man, he knew who he was, and Edge was just like, oh man, I'm saying, no, we letting everybody in, and for like, him show love like that, the guys, I'm saying, like us, man, we ain't know him or nothing like that, but he showed love, man. He was cool ever since then. Every time I bumped into him, man, he was always cool, man. So shout to Edge, man.
Hey, Shawn, put the last one back up real quick, please.
Is that Steve Atwater?
Steve Atwater.
Yo, listen. Why the fuck y'all took so long to put that nigga in the Hall of Fame, yo?
Yeah.
Like, this nigga played in the 80s, and this nigga was a beast at safety, and he's one of those safeties that every receiver pointing his ass out.
He wouldn't be able to play. He wouldn't be able to play in this NFL. He wouldn't be able to play.
No.
He'd be kicked out every game.
No, he was a headhunter. He was a headhunter.
Right.
You come across that middle, you better get ready. Yeah, brace yourself.
He was part of the Orange Crush. How are you one of the best defensive players on one of a historical defense?
Yeah,
historical defense.
Right.
And
he
take you
covered the whole field.
It take you 20 plus years to get in the fucking Hall of Fame, yo.
Yeah.
The NFL Hall of Fame is full of shit.
It is
a joke. Got a lot of bullshit. They don't look at this on the field. They look at they look at stuff on the field, your intangibles, or you're a Boy Scout, how you look, did you talk back and shit like that. NFL Hall of Fame is so full of shit on their double standards and how they're just full of shit, yo.
Hey, up, almost becoming as bad as the NBA Hall of Fame or the Basketball Hall of Fame, excuse me. Almost becoming as bad as that.
I got that shirt on. Yeah, they are, man.
Just like, man, only real Hall of Fame left is MLB. You know what I mean? They don't give a shit.
They don't. And Murph, even to that point, why it took so long to put Jimmy Johnson in the Hall of Fame?
Because you're a fucking owner.
Ask Jerry. Ask Jerry. You probably kept him out.
You're fucking owner. You're fucking bitch ass owner. That's why.
Relax.
That's a travesty. I thought he was already in.
Relax,
so
guys.
I commit this right here. Jerry Jones has a lot of motherfucking power within the NFL.
Yes, he does.
That motherfucker is almost like he's like one of the Godfathers.
Godfellas.
I can find this shit. You know what I'm saying? Shut the fuck up. Huh?
I don't know. Is it Godfellas or Goodfellas?
You just mad because you're talking about goddamn your Cowboys bitch ass owner. But that's why it took Jimmy Johnson so long to get in the fucking Hall of Fame.
Hey, relax, my man.
I got a point to make. One more point. I love Jimmy Jones. The main reason I love him is because Jerry Jones decided that he was going to stop a football powerhouse in the making during their run. Dallas Cowboys have 5 Super Bowls? They would have 8 or 9 if they never got rid of Jimmy Johnson. It's the dumbest shit they ever done.
I would say 7. I would say 7 because free agency changed where you couldn't just get anybody you wanted. Cap space came into effect.
Y'all remember when Dallas was absolutely unstoppable with Jimmy Johnson?
Y'all got 5 right now, right? Cowboys got 5 right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I would say about 7.
I see 7 or 8.
I would say like, go ahead.
Because like, okay, how right now how the Patriots have set the standard and set the bar.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick, Jimmy Johnson would have been Bill Belichick.
I can see that.
Without the cheating. Without the cheating. Without the cheating.
Stayed away from it.
Without the cheating.
Yeah.
Without the cheating.
Right.
You know what I mean? Make sure you reference that shit.
Without the cheating.
Right.
And the longevity, like,
right.
Because Jimmy Johnson wouldn't retire anytime soon.
No, not at all.
Like,
not at all.
How about them Cowboys? Like, yo, they would have brought
where it came from.
They would have brought free agents there because people want to play. Yeah. People want to play for the Cowboys now, even with the bullshit coaches they had.
Yep.
It's just something about that stadium. It's something about the Cowboys that people want to play for. So imagine Jimmy Johnson was never forced to leave as a coach.
Yeah.
Like they would have set the bar. I could be objective. They would have set the bar for dynasties if they never fired Jimmy Johnson.
And Jimmy Johnson was a player coach. And all the way back to the U, he was a player coach. He was an excellent coach, but players loved playing for him. Yeah. He was a really good coach, really motivated man, and that's what separated him from Belichick. We never know what could have been if people really hate playing for Belichick, but they won. But people love playing for Jimmy Johnson.
They love playing for Jimmy Johnson.
Here's the thing with Jimmy Johnson. When I heard this story, with him and Jerry Jones, and I'm like, man, you knew this was coming to a head, and of course you hear these stories afterwards, right? but it was just like it was one draft where Jimmy, you know, because Jimmy, he wasn't just a coach, he ran the draft too.
Yeah.
This was really yummy for what a coach GM really should look like when you're really that good.
Right.
And Jerry was like, you know, wanted to feel important, feel like the boss, right? Listen, when you make the pick, Yummy, signal to me before you do anything. Why does he have to do that? Why can't you just enjoy just winning and shut the fuck up? But that's Jerry's ego is bigger than the size of Texas. You know what I'm saying? You know, he just can't let it happen.
But now he's reflecting because now he's going to get Jimmy in the Ring of Honor this year, and he started to talk kind of weird. He's talking about things that he's done wrong, you know. And I think that Jerry started to look at his own immortality with regards to, you know, his age and everything like that. And he's kind of getting to that point where like I need to win another ring before I get out of here. And so now.
That nigga not looking at his immortality. That nigga's looking at his failure.
No, I don't know, man. But I think that's one in the same. I think that's one in the same because you look back at it. Dallas Cowboys, the franchise and stuff is still the highest. It's the most recognizable franchise in the world.
And I think like the top 3 most valuable.
Most valuable, yes. It's number one. It's number one.
Yeah.
And I think he's looking like, man, I don't got no chips. I don't got no more chips. And my rivals, you know, these guys who came up in the game behind me or with me, they're winning more than I am. So I think you're right, Merv. I think it's like he's looking at his mortality as well as his failures, one and the same. Because now he's talking like, man, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have treated Jimmy like that. I shouldn't have gotten rid of Jimmy. And that's a tough thing to be in right now, especially for his age and him looking at how much longer can he even be here to run the franchise.
Let me tell you something. If I'm Jimmy Johnson, and this nigga called me to add me to the Ring of Fire in Dallas for the Dallas Cowboys after Jerry just said, right?
Ring of Fire.
Ring of what? What the fuck is it called?
Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor.
I don't follow you fucking cowboy bitches. So okay, Ring of Honor, not fucking bad. So if I'm Jimmy Johnson and fucking Jerry Jones called my ass to be in the Ring of Honor for the fucking Cowboys organization after I got a fucking buzz in the fucking NFL Hall of Fame, I'm telling nigga suck my dick.
Too late because he already accepted. So
fuck that.
He's
I would give my ass
about
a kiss too, man. I would give my ass a kiss as well.
Speaking of ass kiss,
kind of like T.O. did the Hall of Fame and accepted it on his terms.
Yeah,
kind of like that.
Right.
I support that.
Yeah.
In fact, speaking of that,
me too.
The Redskins or Washington football team hasn't put anyone in a Hall of Fame in 23 years. Can you believe that?
23 years?
Yeah, 23 years. That's crazy. But anyhow, let's not dwell.
That doesn't sound right at all. I'm gonna fact check this.
Let's not dwell on indiscretion.
Well, Harold Carmichael got in the NFL. He got in the Hall of Fame.
Is that true story?
Harold Carmichael.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I mean for received from the Eagles. Yeah.
23 fucking years? Y'all got nobody counted in 23 years?
No,
what about the guy?
Out of that 23, I think they had about 15 years of top 5 draft picks. So, but let's not dwell on that. Let's move on because we want to talk about.
Blowing your fucking doors off last year twice. Blowing fucking doors off. Let's just start there.
With no Hall of Famers.
Let's just start there.
With no Hall of Famers to boot. But real talk though, I think the Redskins will find a Hall of Famer probably in the next 5 or 10 years. We'll see. But anyhow, let's move on to more enlightening things. Kanye had his listening party, his second one
again,
and I know you guys were excited. Kanye catapulted through the roof.
Can we talk through this fast? Cause
absolutely. I wanted Merv to see these features because like these artists that Kanye has on his album that's coming out probably, I think they say this Friday.
He's been coming out every Friday for the past goddamn month.
I think he's dodging Drake, man. I think Drake is
but see, he's doing the wrong thing by waiting because if Drake, finishes the album, he's in big ass trouble. You know what I'm saying? So I would say put the shit out.
And Lima, we coming. Trust
That's
me. Nas is coming.
lot of
Lima.
damn
Holy
features.
shit.
And Lima, Nas is coming. Relax. Stack, you see Lima's comment? She said, Nas, question mark. He's coming. Don't worry. But anyhow.
We ran out of time, but it's all good.
Well, there is something. There was an article. I don't know if it was posted in the group or not, but that he's moving to another stadium to finish doing the album.
Yeah, right. I'm done with it.
Listen. Hey, Kanye, look. If Drake gets this certified lover boy off on you on the same day, trust me, they're going to be checking for that and not for this. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? So it's better for you to get this album out as quickly as you can.
These features, I don't think Kanye need these features, man. Like, honestly, if you're depending on these features for your album, you got every hot artist in the game right now on your record, on your album. Now, I didn't hear that song. And Merv, you may want to check that song out with him, J Electronica, and the Locks. Now that song go hard. I'm not gonna lie. That song is bananas. They all went off on that.
So I'm not. So I'm not saying the album won't be fire when it finally drops. I'm just tired. Like the past 3 weeks we were talking about a listen. This nigga done had 2 listening parties. This nigga done told people his album gonna drop on like 3 separate fucking times. I'm like, yo, until that nigga album actually dropped, I don't want to talk about this shit no fucking more. Cause all this is just a fucking publicity stunt. The build, I understand, build up the hype. There's marketing, they're motherfucking salivating and shit. I get it, but I'm over that shit.
I'm telling, hey, Kanye, listen, you don't want to drop the same day as Drake. Okay, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win, Kanye.
2008. So that's what, 13 years?
Yeah, the guy's math was off. I just wanted to fact check him, so I just wanted to.
I was just messing around with that. 13 years, 23 years. Who cares?
Still pretty ugly. Who has a fire?
That's probably me. Hold on for a minute. Hey, you got them cookies in there burning? I'm just. Hold on for a minute.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I had some brownies in the oven.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. I thought you was about to make another McRib. I wasn't sure.
Marc, what is wrong with you?
Taking unsolicited shots tonight.
What is wrong with you? I got something for you though, Marc. I got the full clip ready for you. But shout out to Washington Redskins. Fact check. Instead of 23 years, it's 13 years. Yay!
As far as Donda, did y'all hear that he flew to Locks?
You're gonna change the subject.
Hey, but check this out, Marv. I know you're so annoyed. I don't know why, but I mean, Kanye's doing some boss shit. Let that man live. When you're a billionaire, you can do shit like that. So just let that man live.
No. What are you talking about? I don't mind him living in the stadium. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about his album. I'm talking about the fucking these antics that he keep doing. They start listening parties. He gives several different drop dates and all that shit. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I get it. I know why he's doing it.
Yeah, just drop the album already, man.
We just talked about it already.
Yeah, just drop the album, man. And speaking of albums, Jadakiss Kissed the Game Goodbye anniversary this weekend, fellas. 19 years. Kissed the Game Goodbye. I don't know. I know a lot of people don't call it a classic. It's a not classic to me. It's my personal classic. But
Shawn, let me go first.
Yeah, please. Absolutely.
Let me go first. I want you.
Merv is so good for cutting people off.
Hey, hold up. You a guest on
that? Inconsiderate people do so.
Inconsiderate.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that. I'll let y'all know y'all hurt my feelings. Y'all done?
Can you go ahead and start?
Oh, my bad. I was listening to y'all insult me.
Okay, you can go ahead now.
Hey, but not real shit, right? With that Jadakiss shit,
definitely go to.
I can't call it a classic. I feel like he got it. It was a very dope ass, good ass album. But listen, if you drop, here's why I revisit this shit, and here's what I got. You take off take off Got a Gun, take off Show Discipline, take off I'm a Gangster, take off Nasty Girl, take off On My Way, take off What You Ride For, take off Fucking or What, and it's a classic.
Whoa, Jada's Got a Gun?
Yeah,
so you think Jada's Got a Gun?
Right. Okay. You disqualified. And take off Discipline. Show Discipline.
Show Discipline, I'm a Gangster, Nasty Girl, On My Way, What You Ride For, Fucking or What, and it's a classic.
What You Ride For? Are you? Yeah. Good night, Merv. Somebody mute. Hashtag mute Merv. Somebody please put that in there.
Merv didn't keep. Are you fucking what? Didn't keep that?
Hey, look. She already told. Yeah, I mean, Lima told him good night. Like, all right. Get out of here.
Right. Oh my goodness, you are out of your mind. Stack, what do you think, Stacks?
I think everything Merv says is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just put that out there first. I don't think it's a classic. Unpopular opinion.
Thank you, Rika. Mute Merv.
That's better than that album. Kiss the Game Goodbye. I like Kiss that better. That's just me though.
I've always been a fan of Kiss the Game Goodbye because I think it came at a time where I think a lot of hip hop albums came out that year that were really dope. That was a dope year for hip hop, man. And Kiss the Game Goodbye really set the tone. It was Jada's first album. I mean, he started off with Jada's Got a Gun. I've always liked that joint. The chorus, the beat. You know what I mean? You can't front on Jada's Got a Gun. Then he came back with Show Discipline, which was a very veiled shot at The Rock. That was when things started getting kind of tight. And then he came back with the whole joint with him and DMX. Here we go again. Woo! This album, look, I would tell anybody this album probably wasn't a classic universal. It was a really, really good album, though. I do agree with Merv. There are some songs you can probably take away from it. But the ones he mentioned are not ones that I would take from, to be quite honest. I definitely would keep them on.
It's hilarious, by the way.
What?
The Jimmy Jerkin skit. That shit's always been funny to me.
Yeah.
Facts, Rika. 2001 that was a dope year of hip hop. I don't think people talk about it enough, but that year was really strong in hip hop. Really strong in hip hop.
Rika, let me ask you a question, Rika. When you bring your ass on here on this Monday show? That's all I got. Y'all go ahead.
The Blueprint came out that year. Shout out to Hov.
It was a lot of great music that came out that year. It was The Birth of Ether, The Death of the Rock, and still Yeah, we hear Stacks. We here tonight, baby. We here.
With all due respect, fuck you, man. Let me just.
Okay. Energy.
Definitely.
I ain't gonna be able to get it off. I ain't gonna be able to get it off later. So I just want to say that, man. I don't know why you gotta take shots at Jay, man.
Yeah, I don't know if The Rock died. I'm like, man.
Shit.
I don't.
Shit, me.
You know what I mean? I don't.
That was the death of Dynasty. That was it. That was it.
And somehow The Rock, I mean, for real, continue.
I'm ready tonight. I got Merv.
The bridge so well.
I got Merv tonight too. I'm here tonight, baby. I'm strong tonight.
I'm gonna say like this. I don't think this album was a classic, but I do think it was good. You know what I'm saying? It's a good album. A lot of songs. You know what I mean? I know I did play. You know what I'm saying? And let me get something out there. You know, because I've been catching this since last show, right? Let me tell you something. You know what I mean? For y'all motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Listen.
Okay.
No, listen what I'm saying, right? Look, we love Jadakiss here. And the Locks. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, that was basically a state prop Locks thing or whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I was like the rest of Philly, you know what I mean? We wasn't jumping in that. Now, if them motherfuckers, you know what I mean, for real, you know, wanted to take it there, and they was taking it there on their own. But Philly wasn't like backing that, you know what I'm saying? Because we love Jada, you know what I'm saying? And the Locks and Styles P, Chic and all them. Now, Yeah, I mean, she spoke to this, right? Too bad for the Rough Riders street team and the Lock street team, because they was getting their ass whooped every time they came to Philly. Sorry, you know what I mean? You were just on the wrong side of, you know what I mean, for that exchange. You know what I'm saying? But the street team was getting their ass whooped out here all day, every day, and they just stopped coming. So sorry, you know what I mean? Apologies, you know what I mean, to the, you know what I mean, Lock street team, but we love the Locks. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to paint this picture on me that, you know what I'm saying, oh, I fuck with State Prop, so I ain't fuck with the Locks. No, you ain't gonna paint that one.
That came out of nowhere. Thank you, Mark. Shit, that was
Mark had some shit on his chest. Mark had some shit on his chest, man.
Because I heard from some people about it after the show, like, you know what I mean? You know, you're not going to say that. You know what I'm saying? No, you're not going to say that. That's just not true.
Mark ruffled some feathers last week when he said that Saint Property would get the Locks in the verses, and he ruffled some feathers, and he's still in his square.
But my thing is, it doesn't mean that here's my thing, right? That doesn't, I mean, no matter what I said about State Prop, that doesn't mean I don't fuck with the Locks. That just means, you know what I mean, for this is my opinion on this particular thing. That's it.
Alina's over there getting moist.
You know,
Nina,
what the fuck?
Nina can't wait till we get into that topic. She's here only for that. Mark and Payson stood on their square. They felt that State Property would get the Locks in the battle. You know, Mark said that that Beans were better than Kiss, and he stood in his square. Beans better than Jay, or equal as Jay. He stood in his square. I give him credit for that. I salute the brother for that. That was bold. It was a bold statement, and he lived by that. What more can you ask for? You know what I mean? If you don't stand for something, you fall for anything, right?
Man, Mark, hey, Shawn, could you keep this shit going? You done change the background? Matter of fact, we have some technical difficulties because our shit is orange and some words and shit in the background.
No, because it's like you can't even see. Yeah, you can't really see Nas though. That's the thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the track. Like, you want to put that in front of us, like not.
Hey, it's like this.
Yo, move that in front.
This shit, man. Dude called me Friday. Call me Friday at 12:05. Yo, it's the classic stacks. I'm telling you, man. I'm like, yo,
Shawn, we got to move that in front, man, because that don't look right. Because we in front of Nas, like, nah, yo.
Yeah, we got him in the backdrop, man. I think that's what he would want it to be, man.
That's better. You know what I mean? That's a little better. So everybody can see the song titles. If you have not listened to this album, please go listen now. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm gonna let Shawn start it off, and then, you know what I mean, just cue me up to come in.
You know what? I would like for let's ladies first. Nick, you haven't had a chance to really talk because the guys are doing a guy's thing. Let's let's let Nick start us off. Ladies first, please. This is what people want to come here to see. You see that this views just went up just now. We had double digits.
Where do you want me to start off at? You know,
start with
your thoughts on that.
What year was it? 1994. I was on my porch on Maple Street in York, PA, and I heard this da 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 da, and my life just changed. Oh my goodness! It gave me a feeling that I was like, oh, what the hell is this? And then I saw the video and I was like, oh my God, he got the nerve to be fine. You know, he's fine. He intelligent. You know, he got that street shit going on that I love. And he just keeps going. You know, this is a good album. Stacks, I don't care about that face that you making. I really enjoyed this album. You know, I'm not an Eminem fan at all. But I appreciate that that M put some bass in his voice. He didn't come with all that all that weird shit that he be doing. You know, he did it better. You know, for Nas.
Don't be like the LeBron fans. That only way you can big up Braun is by dissing other NBA players. Don't be like that. So if you're gonna give props to that song. A
lot of people hate Eminem for
wait a minute, why are you trying to tell me about my opinion? What I'm saying is that when I first saw the track list, I was not thrilled to see Eminem on it. Right. But then when I listened to the song, I appreciated that he stepped his shit up to try to meet Nas, where Nas is at.
To meet the fuck you mean to meet Nas?
Yeah.
What is you trying to say? You think I'm better than Nas? Is that what you about to say?
Eminem stepped himself to meet Nas? Yo, you couldn't be right now, right?
He put it in his tweet, Murph. He tweeted that.
Eminem shows Eminem respect the people that come before him. That was out of mad respect and shit. But let's not act like Eminem not on Nas' level.
He's not.
He's not.
Yeah, that's not get crazy.
You are bugging, Merv. You are bugging. Can we please mute Merv for a minute? Because I wasn't even done. I wasn't even finished.
For some reason, Eminem can't write.
Oh, but like I wasn't even finished.
Let her finish.
Go ahead.
The Lauryn Hill shit was like dope.
It was a gummy
like
bear.
I really, it was so dope to hear Lauryn rap. Like I could never get enough of hearing her rap. Like I love when she sing, but it's really dope to hear her rap. Death Row East. I really like that song. That might be one of my favorites on the album right now.
It's up there. It's in discussion. I haven't picked one yet, so I just want to hear what you guys have to say.
Shit, I did.
That's a fucking job.
I did. That was easy for me to pick. You know what I'm saying? And I love it, and I like the album. I was like nobody Nas, Lauryn Hill. I'm just like you. You know what I'm saying? Basically, I'm gonna say like this. And here's the thing, I love about Nas, right? When Nas is on tracks with other people, whether it's his or theirs, right? You know what I'm saying? He always recognizes, when somebody about to come with some fire, right? Sometimes he speaks on it, and then sometimes he doesn't. But I'm saying he knew Lauryn had a lot of shit to say. You know what I'm saying? And Lauryn torched everybody who ever doubted her in her life. And I know they shutting the fuck up forever. I would dare anybody to make a verse against that was talking shit about it. I would dare anybody to do it. They could come on the guys and do it. You know what I'm saying? I would dare them to do it. That's number one. But number two, you know what I'm saying? Nas is a recognized real type motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Lauryn got some shit to say. I know she gonna come with it. I'm letting her go last because I know she coming with some fucking fire, which she did. You know what I'm saying? And Nas do this. You know what I'm saying? So that's my favorite song on the album because I'm just like, yo, Nas really, for real, was talking his shit. Lauryn was talking her shit, and it was such a smooth fucking groove. You know what I'm saying? This was the type of groove where you ride in your car, you blowing a, for real, you blowing a cigar, you got a drink with you. It's that type of fucking flow. You know what I'm saying? And then, whoever did the vocals in the background and who's ever on the horns and shit, you mix all of that in. I'm like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? That is classic hip hop right there. Classic fucking hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So I love that. I love that record. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say like this: Death Row East, right? You know what I mean? As soon as I seen the title, I was like, I ain't even listened to it yet, but I gotta talk to Shawn when I listen to the shit. Because I'm like, man, one thing, I'm saying, I'm gonna tell you one thing with me and Shawn is, we followed this Death Row Records story to the end. We watched every fucking documentary that ever came out about Death Row Records, right? And this Death Row East this shit really was gonna get started. It was going to be kind of like how Lil Wayne got Young Money, you know what I'm saying, for real, off of Cash Money or whatever. That's what Death Row East would have been before that even happened. That's what it was going to be until, you know what I'm saying? And when Nas tells the story, it's like we knew the story, but hearing him tell it, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we was about to link up. You know what I mean? I was going to shoot the Street Dreams video. Yeah. We was going to link up. Like that was about to be a power fucking move. You know what I'm saying? That was about to happen, man. And I think that hurts more than anything because these two kings was about to link. And I'm like, man, they was about to spread love all over the country. You know what I'm saying? So
And Mark,
I feel bad about
that. Not to cut you off, but that story around Death Row East, you know, he put it in perspective because we heard fragments of that story from different sources. You hear it from Suge, you heard it from Suge, you heard it from the Outlaws, you heard it from different sources who were around those guys, and you heard it from Jungle because Jungle was the one who pressed up on Pop, like yo, we ready to ride, you know what I mean? And you heard the story from Snoop, so everyone had like a different version from their eyes on that story, and Nas kind of sum it up from where the part that he played because Death Row East was going to be Pop, Nas, I think Redman was part of that. Wu-Tang was gonna be part of that. And they had, and the whole purpose of this, the crazy thing about it was how fucked up it would have been is that Pac was getting big up out of there. The goal was to get rid of Bad Boy as a whole. That was the whole thing. His whole movement was, we're going to do Death Row East and we're going to erase all of that fake shit and we're going to come through with some real street shit. That was his goal. So that's why Nas and Big was kind of at odds. And you guys know Ray and Ghost were kind of at odds with Big during that time as well. So that situation was going to be a movement within itself. So just imagine if that would have happened and those brothers wouldn't have gotten killed. That would have been a change in hip hop history. If that would have happened, that would have divided a lot of things.
That's why it's so much conspiracy theories about who really killed Pac and shit. Why so many people think Puffy had something to do with it.
Right.
And I'm gonna say like this, like if you want to know, who did what, who killed who, and all of that, watch them documentaries. You know what I mean? And then what you do is you watch the documentaries and you start piecing together the shit for yourself, and you'll come out with the conclusion that you think is accurate. You know what I'm saying? Right. Trust me. Watch them all. You gonna come away with it. You know what I mean? With the conclusion like, this is how I think it happened, and it'll probably be some good shit.
Yo, confession. I haven't watched any of those documentaries.
Merv, you gotta watch it, bro.
I some good ones.
Yeah, I don't really care to, man. Like, just I feel like I would be in my feelings.
If you a Pac fan,
I think you will. You will though. That's the point. You will. You will.
You know what I mean? That's why I feel like I'll be in my feelings.
And I think that's why you should watch it because you're a Pac fan. I think you should watch it because of that alone. Because that documentary leads you to watch interviews with Snoop, interviews with the Outlaws, interviews with all those guys because they were talking about this story, Death Row East. They were talking about this, documentaries in their interviews, and they were saying how at Central Park, Mark, correct me if I'm wrong, was at Central Park when Nas' brother Jungle ran up on Pac, and those guys they had guns. They were about to light the whole Death Row team up because Death Row was outnumbered. But Suge stopped it and was like, yo, let Nas and Pac talk and let them squash whatever going on. Because they didn't really have beef like that. It was more like, hey, you running with Big, but I don't mess with Big and Bad Boy. Like, you need to leave those guys alone and ride with us. That's how that conversation kind of went based on what everyone was saying. And even Snoop said, man, Nas and them boys from QB, they could have killed us that night. But they showed mercy. Like Nas was like, yo, wave them guys off. Jungle was about to, blaze all of them.
I was like, man, anything? No, man, listen. Nas tells this story about all these guys who were, I think it was on an album, not an album cover, but like, it was like a picture with all these guys in front of the building. You know what I mean? Queensbridge, you know what I mean? Gardens or whatever, right? And he was just like, yo, man, like, yo, he was just pointing. He was pointing from guy to guy. He's like, yo, this boy got big numbers. This boy, you know what I mean? RIP. This boy got big numbers. This boy got big numbers. I was like, man, you know what I mean? It's like Nas, you know what I mean? Really, you know what I mean? For real, it's like a whole bunch of killers really around him. Like, if you start going into those guys' individual stories. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad a Young King, you know what I mean, was able to kind of show that out. But them guys, you know what I mean, for real, that was around Nas ain't give no fucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, if you had a problem with Nas, you had a whole hell of a problem, you know?
No boys and wild animals, man. So Murph, you get a chance to watch it. Anybody else who haven't watched the documentaries on Death Row and how that whole thing kind of went off the kind of the rails, go watch it. Go watch interviews with Snoop. Go watch interviews with the Outlaws, Suge, all those guys, and they'll tell you, man, those stories where they were a solidified story. They were like real shit. Like it could have gotten bad at one point for New York in a way because New York would have been divided. You know, imagine Nas linking up with Pac at the height of the Bad Boy beef when Nas was still cool with Raekwon and Ghost and Wu-Tang. Imagine Wu-Tang and Pac and Nas teaming up. Bad Boy probably wouldn't have gotten out of that, man. As great as Big was, as great as Puffy, as a mastermind Puffy was, they wouldn't survive that. That would have been too much. That would have been like Ja Rule going up against Aftermath at the time, and Ja Rule was the hottest thing on the planet. And straight up, it would have been. And Ja Rule was the hottest thing on the planet. You can't tell me y'all wasn't in the club singing "What I Would Do About My Lady." You know what I mean? You know,
I definitely was until 56 came and shut that shit down.
Right. Until 50 and Aftermath crushed them. So, you know, again, Merv, I know you're a Pac fan. I also know you're a big fan. And it would get you in your feelings because that had me thinking some stuff like, damn.
I'm more of a Pac fan though. Like however you feel about goddamn Nas, I'm probably double that with Pac when that nigga was alive.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it. You and I had conversations about this before. I believe it. Yeah, you're right. Because he was Redman, Meth, and Tretch. They were all part of that Death Row East. Nas and Pac was going to be the leaders of Death Row East, and they had all those guys lined up. It would have been bad.
And think about, and they were saying, Pac was saying that they were going to usher in a lot of new young talent. So think of the guys who came after that, and they would all been, you know, with Death Row East, like all those guys that came after that, like he came like all them guys who came after that, and all them boys was dope. Yeah, it could have been, it'd have been a problem.
Jay wouldn't have survived that. The Jay-Z that we know today wouldn't have survived that.
I don't know where Jay came into that. You know what I'm saying? I just like, man.
I don't know where Jay came from either.
He can't help himself.
Jay would have been Jay. Let me be real. Jay would not be Jay today if that shit happened.
No, but think about it. Pac called him. Pac said Jay-Z, the Hawaiian Sophie fan, or whatever his name is. He said that in his song. So he didn't look at him as a threat at all. He didn't look at him as nothing. So they were just going to, the Hawaiian Sophie fan, they were just going to go ahead and just eradicate all of that, man. But Stacks, I want to flip it to you because I want to circle back to Merv. I know if Merv had a chance to listen to the album. I know Merv was on vacay, living life. But Stacks, I know you had a chance to listen to because you called me several times. We had some really great conversations. Matter of fact, yesterday we had a great conversation, and I happened to have you on speakerphone, so my whiz heard you, and she is in the comments, so she can vouch for some of the things you said. So I got you, little nigga. So go ahead and tell me what you think.
You know, man.
Actually, hey, you see what Lima said? Lima said Jay would have been still rapping fast. Right. He would have been rapping the Fushnikins, and we would have Fushnikin his ass up out of here.
Damn.
That's absolutely fine. Before I talk about the album, I don't without listening to Jay-Z. I'll never understand that shit. Like, I mean, Nas comes out with an album, and the headline is Nas made a great album. Oh, by the way, Jay-Z ain't shit. Why? Like, I mean, I don't understand why that is the thing. But because I am a man of integrity, I'm not going to switch the narrative. This nigga almost forced me to because he was taking a lot of shots at Jay and all this shit. But Olima made a comment on Facebook, and I'm going to paraphrase, pretty much saying you are a fucking weirdo if you're not feeling King Disease too. She also gave some Eminem slander, which I told her I agree with everything that you say in your post, except for the Eminem slander. Now, but that being said, and this is a huge statement coming from me. You have my favorite Nas albums. No particular order is going to be It Was Written, Illmatic, Stillmatic, and right now I'm putting King's Disease 2 behind that, and it could surpass one of those three. And I'm going to tell you why. For some reason, Nas and Hit Boy, it's like peanut butter and jelly. when you start listening to the album instead of like jumping to conclusions like 5 minutes after the album come out, to make a non-biased review of an album, even if you got even though you have asshole Nas stands out there, he did it. This is I don't want to call it a classic, but shit, I don't know if hey.
Yo, look at Shawn's face.
Let it out, man. Just let it out. Tell them what you told me.
Absolutely fucking dope from the first song all the way to the end. And the Death Row East, which I didn't mention, is Nas has always been a guy that's behind the scenes because he said that they didn't want to leak them settling the beef to the media because Nas don't do shit for the fame and all that shit. But you got Death Row 40 side the OG talk. I'm like, look here, man. Nah. And the thing is, I'm listening to the album. I'm like, and Mark, you know how you bobbing your head and you stomping your feet like, you know, I'm kind of in here mode like, shit, I'm kind of pissed off. I'm loving this shit. This shit is hot, but I really don't want to like this shit. So I'm going to other tracks, and I'm like, damn, it got to be some whack shit on this album. Let me keep going.
It was crazy.
I originally told Shawn as a joke, I'm like, shit is a snoozer until track 7, Store Run, which you on some bullshit talking about. You ain't sending me to the store. I'm sending you. I'm just trying to test you. I'm sending you to the store like I'm the big homie.
Right.
Yeah. There's very few times in hip hop, especially recent hip hop, where you got an album with no skippables. This is one of them. If the source is still giving out mics, you'd be hard pressed not to give the shit 5.
It's 5.
And you heard it here first.
Wow,
okay.
That's big. That's big.
It has the ability to be a classic album as it ages, if that makes sense. I think it may be too soon, but the level of consistency, you make a classic in '94 and you make a potential classic in 2001. That's nothing. I mean, in 2021, that's nothing to really sneeze at. I'm still listening to it. I have it on repeat. I know Marc mentioned that in the fucking chat. I didn't want to admit that shit, but yeah, I had shit on repeat. The shit with Lauryn Hill, of course, it slaps. I don't have no complaints about the album, man. The production, like him and Hit Boy, it's a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
And that's why, I mean, I don't think there's more I can say, man. I love it. I love the album.
Saz, I want to commend you on your bravery. I really.
What's wrong with you?
I really enjoy your take on this album because you and I talked about this. You thought I was going to divert, right? No, I felt like you couldn't because
he put his glasses on.
Yeah, because you got to put glasses on when you talk about this.
It's so funny.
Gentleman Code number 133, verse 2. When you're talking about Nas, you gotta sit up straight. You gotta look yourself. You gotta look at someone in the eye and talk about these things. When Stacks called me probably about 5 or 6 times over the weekend. We talked about other things, but we also talked a lot about the Nas album. And how I knew it was going to be very, very serious was when Marc's brother reached out to me Friday morning. And this is before the time I had a chance to really dive into the album. And anyone who knows Marc's brother, Elmore, big supporter of the show, Elmore Sr., by the way, Elmore Sr. Johnson. Elmore is a hip hop guy. Elmore comes from a cloth of hip hop where if it's not good, he's gonna let you know it's not good. If it's okay, he's gonna say it's okay. But he hit me up on a wire. He was like, "Yo, this is the one." And he was like, "Yo, that song with him and Lauren, that's the real one. That's it." And Mo is a man of little words. Martin knows it. That's Marc's brother. That's Marc's big brother. But for him to reach out of the blue, I knew it was serious. I didn't even get a chance to get through the album yet. I was still stuck on Pressure. I was listening to Pressure over and over and over and over. And I was listening to Rare a lot, going back and forth, like, damn, he's spitting hard on Rare. And I just really, really wanted to dive into, because I went and watched the Rare video just to kind of get a visual of what he was saying. And the whole concept of that video was him playing chess. And you had a lot of guys, brothers in black suits, while he was playing chess against someone, but they would never show he was playing chess against. And at the end of the video, everything panned out and he was playing chess against himself. And that was the concept of that song Rare. And the reason why I was so hard, on hard press on Pressure was because in Pressure, he was talking about all of the pressure that he had as an artist. You make an album like Illmatic off of your first go around. You're 17 years old when you're writing, you're penning Illmatic, and it comes out when you're 19, and you are hailed the second coming, of Rakim, the second coming of Kool G Rap, and ushering in a whole new era of hip hop, especially during that time when hip hop was kind of stuck in the boom bap era, because everyone was doing either the Fushnikins rhymes or they were just kind of on that boom bap rhyme flow. And when he came out with Illmatic, it made history, and he had to live up to those expectations. No matter what he dropped, it was compared to Illmatic. As great as it was written was, people still said, well, it's not Illmatic. As good as I Am was, it's not Illmatic. So anything that he dropped, it was always compared to a classic masterpiece of Illmatic, which is, by the way, an album that's being observed in Harvard because of the soliloquy that he put in that album as well. But that's neither here nor there. But in Pressure, he was talking about that a lot. And he was talking about how it's no more pressure for him. Like, I got cold blood in my veins. This is who I'm not. This is who I am. I can do this. I can do these type of albums any day of the week. And he closed it out with Nas Is Good. The first song is Pressure. Everything in between was a build-up. And the last song called Nas Is Good. Well, he's saying, look, I'm good. I'm Nas. This is master class right here. But I'm telling you guys, this is master class. Go back and listen to Store Run. That's me being the OG telling the young guy, go make a store run. Because that's what the OGs do. They make you go to take a store run. You listen to Brunch on Sundays. when he's telling the story that he's talking to Shorty, and she was telling him the failures of her last relationship, and he had to laugh. Like, this is Brunch on Sundays, right? A song he got called Brunch on Sundays. This is something that 41-year-old Shawn needs to hear. I don't want to hear shoot this person or shoot that person, or we in the club tossing it up. I don't want to hear that. I'm 41. I want to hear Brunch on Sundays. I want to hear how you're talking to a lady across the table eating brunch, and you're having conversation. You know what I mean? I want to hear, how do you understand No Phony Love, where he got the great Charlie Wilson on the hook on No Phony Love, and he's saying, I don't want y'all love. I'm gonna still do what I do. And you got Charlie Wilson on the hook so gracefully, regal like, and you also got Count Me In. Then you got 40 Side. And those of you who don't know about 40 Side is real, right? You got 41st Side and you got 40 Side. 40 Side is real. That's Mount Vernon, so on and so forth. Little history lesson there.
Money earning.
Mount Vernon and Money Earned. You know about Mount Vernon. So you talking about 40 Side and you got Future somewhere in the background, hitting in the background. You can hear Future, right? So
for real.
Right, you know what I mean? For real. Yeah, you hear that in the background, and it's so eloquently placed, man. And then you talking about my Bible. Then you're talking about Moments. These songs are what a 47-year-old rapper of Nas stature should be rapping about. Then you go to EPMD2, and look, you got EPM. You brought EPMD out of nowhere.
Got thoughts on that.
You brought them out of nowhere. And yes, Eminem got on that. He got on that track. I don't think it was as bad as the critics say, because everyone was killing Eminem for it. I don't think it was that bad. You have, for people to talk bad about Eminem at this point in his career, Eminem has always been this person. He hasn't really changed, right? He's going to talk about popping pills. He's going to talk about, mollies and stuff like that. Because that's what his verse was about. His verse was like, I got Tylenol 3s in my pocket, mollies as well.
No, hold on, Shawn. I'm not going to the whole verse. That's what that was about.
No, I'm just saying he was bridging that verse. But he was talking about Tyler 3.
Listen, you ain't know that nigga don't like Eminem. So
man,
anything to pick up Eminem. You ain't know that nigga like Eminem.
No, I don't know how Tylenol 3 had anything to do with the song, but he talked about Tylenol 3s in his pocket, Molly's and reindeers, make it reindeer. That's what he said. And again, yeah, look, when you up against
you can goddamn nigga, like again, you can goddamn give props to the fucking song and give props to the fucking album. We all goddamn trying to goddamn belittle somebody else.
I'm not belittling him. I'm not belittling him. I'm giving him props. All I'm saying
no, you're not.
I'm saying, I'm saying fans.
We know you. We know you. White. This is us. You really gonna try to pull that bullshit with us? Really? You gonna assault me right
this
now?
Guy is bugging.
Right? I don't get it. I don't understand the hostility. All I'm saying is, everyone, all the critics are saying that M could have kept that verse elsewhere, because when you're rhyming with Nas and EPMD, and the best you can come out and say is, I got Tylenol 3s in my pocket, Molly's and reindeer, make it reindeer. That's kind of like, you don't want to say that. You want to say something different. But he did. He got back on track and he paid homage to all of the greats of hip hop.
There's also articles and shit that's goddamn giving M props for that verse.
Yeah, it was two articles that talked about it. It was two articles that talked about it.
Your ass, no matter what the fuck M dropped, you just don't like the nigga.
I don't dislike him. I just said it was two articles that talked about him. It was two articles, and those articles happen to be those who always champion Eminem.
You just like him like you dislike LeBron. You won't give Space Jam 2 props because it's LeBron starting that shit.
No, I don't get Space Jam 2 props because I'm 41 years old. I don't watch cartoons. That's the difference. I'm sorry. I don't watch cartoons.
Yeah.
I'm 41.
But you know what? Y'all mean for
if Michael Jordan was in Space Jam 2, you'd be like, yo, the GOAT did that at 50-something years old.
I would say y'all tell me the highlights. Y'all tell me if Jordan has some new Jordans on.
But you know what though? I'm gonna say like this. Yeah, I mean, before you finish up, Shawn, Nas having EPMD on this album was basically him giving them their flowers right now. You know what I'm saying? One thing, EPMD is probably like a little bit before any of our time. You know what I'm saying? We know who they are, but you got to understand, like, this is my brother's favorite rap group in history. Like, they were that, like, I mean, like, if you hear him kind of speak on them, like, they were that good as a group, right? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really, really were that good. And I went back, and I had to go back in time and just, listen to it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that I had my brother, to kind of, you know what I'm saying? Let me know some things before I even listen. But then I listened. I'm like, yo, all of this shit was really dope that they did. I didn't hear it until later. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, man, to give them their flowers. You know what I mean? And let them know, like, look, y'all was before me, but y'all was the shit. You know what I'm saying? And to have them on there, I'm just like, EPMD really don't get enough credit. And I'm like, if you haven't went back and listened to EPMD, and I'm talking the first 2 or 3 albums, you need to go back and listen to that shit. Because I'm like, them motherfuckers really, really could go. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, man, I'll give Nas props for bringing them on. You know what I'm saying? Shit. That was what's up.
Yeah. I mean, bringing NPMD on, and then you bring the incomparable Lauryn Hill on. I think only Nas can bring Lauryn Hill out of retirement.
Yeah, I don't know if another artist could have got her to do this. Like I don't think so. You know what I'm saying?
And the spit of rap verse. I agree with that. Yeah, and the spit of rap verse at that. Not singing a hook or using a sample. Mm-hmm. The actual spit a verse, and it wasn't even 16 bars. She spit about 32. You know what I mean? So she went in. She got everything off her chest. And I don't think we're going to hear Lauryn rap again anytime soon. Honestly, I think that was it.
I'm gonna say like this. To me, I think Nas. He probably was just like, yo, you know what I mean? I want L Boogie. I don't want Lauryn Hill. Yeah. I want L Boogie. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was like, man, like, now will she rap again? I mean, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I know one thing. She got a damn classic verse, you know what I mean, for real, on this album. Absolutely. You know what I mean? And that's gonna live on, you know what I'm saying? And I think anybody who, like I said, any detractors, they're gonna shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? So I gotta thank Nas again, you know what I mean, for real, for bringing her on and letting her do her thing, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I always appreciated Nas for that. You know what I'm saying? When he'll get artists, he'll bring them on, and it's like, listen, do your thing, you know what I mean, to the best of your ability. Don't hold back. Don't know, I'm like, everybody don't do that. Everybody doesn't allow to have that latitude for other artists on their work. You know what I mean? But he just like, yo, go in. Every artist doesn't do that. He does, man. So I always appreciate him for that.
Get off your chest. So, Merv, anything that you would like to add?
Well, you ain't worth the ass you sit on sometimes, boy.
Oh man, we friends, remember?
Oh, I forgot. My bad.
It is Alima. You're right. It is. Definitely that.
God,
definitely
damn, she's really in the Nas.
She's not Nas.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna. I really covered a lot of this shit. I can't say that I haven't been able to listen to it that much. My first time listening to it was when I got back in the States yesterday. But in my short amount of listens, Death Row East, EPMD2, Rare, Nobody, No Phony Love, Brunch on Sundays, and Nas Is Good are just right now that's kind of like I hit the rewind button and listen to it again. But like so one of the things about Nas, one of the special things about Nas albums, and Stax touched on this when he spoke. You really can't. You're doing yourself a disservice and the album a disservice by trying to judge off because how Nas rhymes and put his songs together. Usually, it's going to take at least 3 listens to really be able to catch most of this shit. To catch the stuff that he's done to bring the appreciation and bring the full circle of the album together. So if you don't listen to it one time, you can't really say it. If you listen twice, you might get start. But it's like a 3 album minimum. It's like just like King's Disease 1. When I first listened to that shit, I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it. But now, it was like one of my favorite fucking albums to put in. And there's no skips. So with me, like Nas, like he's one of them artists that, the more you listen, the better it gets. And by the time like 10th listen, you done heard some shit that you rewind. Oh shit, I missed all the shit after the first fucking 8 listens. Like, damn, that's what the fuck that nigga meant. They be like, oh, you have one of them I'm like, oh shit. And that's been one of the skill sets of Nas and his delivery and his albums and his wordplay. And just like Stack said, that's probably why when Stack said he first listened, the first album was a snooze fest. But probably by like the 4th or 5th listen, he was like, shit, it's the borderline classic. By the 10th listen, he was like, woo!
The Lima crazy.
Woo! But yeah, that's where I got so far from the amount of listens I've given it from the Nas album. And everybody is saying, before I even listen to it, you know how you hear people talk about something, then you hear it, and you be like, they didn't overhype the shit so much, you have expectations, you like, nah, that shit, them motherfuckers, I don't know what the fuck that, yo, all I've been hearing, even in damn Cancun, like, yo, that fucking L Boogie is verse of the year. Like, yo, that's all the fuck I've been hearing. Then when I finally heard that shit, like, hit that rewind. I didn't rewind the whole song. I rewinded to back the beginning of L verse. I was like, damn, boy, I missed this shit. We was robbed. We have been really robbed.
That's how I felt too.
from them fucking people that's trying to hold her hostage and shit on her with joy away from her making music. But she just said, fuck y'all, fucking music. I'm gonna go save lives while y'all complaining about lateness.
Right.
Yo, like we really been robbed by what could have. Lauryn Hill might be the biggest what if in music history.
Yeah.
Man, I was like, man, according to my brother, and I had to think about it. He's just like, yo, anybody, you know what I mean, top 10 or whatever, you know what I'm saying? He's like, man, L Boogie, you know what I mean, will give anybody top 10 work, lyrically. Anybody's top 10. So whoever you got in your 10, you know what I mean, if you put L Boogie on them, you know what I'm saying? They might make it, they might not. That's how good she is. You know what I'm saying? I can respect that.
I mean, for me, I told Stax, I was like, man, I'm nervous when they first said they was going to drop the album on Friday, because we heard about it, I think, on Monday. It came out of nowhere. Like, yo,
you thought Kanye was going to have his album out?
No.
Did you think
I love her and Rod Digger too.
Nah, I didn't think Kanye was going to drop it, because I knew when he said he was going to do another listening party.
Shawn was nervous about, you know how you just talk about the first song, the pressure. Shawn was more nervous about the pressure of exceeding with King's Disease 2 than Nas was. But Shawn, what did I say a week before he came out there? What did I say? What did I say about this album? I had a feeling about this album. What did I say? You remember?
I don't remember, man. I was zoning out.
I said, yo, I feel like this is gonna be the album that goes hard, and this gonna be the one that's more.
You did say that. You did say that.
I think this is gonna go harder than the first one.
You did say that.
For the one that's gonna be like for that street one, because I felt like the first one's for the Grammy.
You did say that.
This one, he's gonna go back. He's gonna be more roots.
You did.
And more to the streets and more to like the niggas and shit.
You did say that.
I said that a week before the fucking album came out.
You did. I was just worried because I'm like, man, can he do it again? Like, I'm thinking about Stax. I'm thinking about, like, this dude gonna try to destroy me. I was like, man, I was getting nervous because I'm like, yo, this is another album in less than a year. What more can he say? What more can he talk about after King's Disease?
And Marc, I'm throwing tidbits out there too. I'm like, it feels rushed. It's probably gonna be trash.
This dude was throwing doubts in my head, man. I was like, yo, he might be right. I'm saying to myself, he might be right. It might be rushed. But then I thought about it, I said, man, hold up. Him and Hit Boy, they're in the zone right now. So, for them to be able to crank out, arguably, I mean, I've seen what I had to do, and I'll be honest, just full transparency. Y'all know I'm a Nas fan, and I didn't want to fan out. And I told Stack, I said, man, I don't want to fan out too much. And I'm gonna have to take a step back. And I told Stacks and Nick, I said, I don't want to fan out. I gotta be careful because I don't want to go too overboard. But I wanted to listen to pieces of the album and go back and listen to album reviews from people. Because I know Joe Budden podcast did one, Breakfast Club did something, Hot 97, all those guys were doing something, talking about, like, there was so many reviews over the past 48 to 72 hours on this album. And I think I listened to probably like 6 or 7 of them. And I also started reading a lot of different articles on it. And I was like, damn, everyone is saying the same thing. They're all saying this is a top 5 classic. Everyone is saying that they were challenging. I was listening to a really good podcast yesterday, like 2.5 hours, and they were comparing Nas' catalog to his own catalog. And then they started talking about how many classics does he really have in comparison to Jay, and where does that match him with Jay in the pantheon of being GOAT. And it was very introspective, because one of the guys on there, he's a big Jay-Z fan. He was like on Stacks, he's a huge Jay-Z fan. The other guy was a huge Nas fan. And they had really good points at each other. And these guys, they got an article. I need to send it to you guys because we actually used some of their articles before on our previous shows. But those guys are really good. I can't remember the name top of the head, but they were really good. And one of the things that one of the guys said, he was like, you know what? Jay is such a great artist that he made people believe that some of Nas' albums were mediocre when they weren't. Because they were going down the track list. And they were like, They were going to. They said, "Man, this song was dope. This song was dope. This song." Like they were going down the track listing of I Am, Nostradamus, and Stillmatic, the Godson album. They were going down the track list. They were doing a head to head with Jay and Nas, and they were like, "Whoa, they're more even than some of the fans may have thought when they were going through their battle and their skirmish at that time." But because Jay made the line, you made it, you know, one hot album every 10-year average, he discounted It Was Written in that whole equation. When It Was Written was the most studied album by other artists. Pac said it himself. He studied It Was Written. That's what he got Me and My Girlfriend from. He got that from the song we're not talking about a gun. So I shared that with y'all because I didn't want to get wrapped up into
I Gave You Power.
I Give You Power. That's what it was. That's where Me and My Girlfriend came from. That whole scheme where that song came from. I Give You Power. Because Pac, you know, he studied that album. Yep.
That's my shit.
And I had to look at it in retrospect and be like, man, I too was thinking the same thing. Like, man, I Am is a good album, but I don't know if it's great or not. And it's one of those things that I had to really take a step back and go back and listen to other music. I had to go back. I had to go back and listen to Jay records. I had to go back and listen to Nas records. I'm like, they're both great. They just talk about different things. So they're on opposite ends of the spectrum.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell you something, right? When I first heard that, you know, Hit Boy, you know, he's doing this album or whatever, right? And I'm just like, yo, I mean, I go back with Hit Boy, right? You know what I'm saying? The first song I heard, and this was his song, Jay-Z Interview, and that was my shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That was my shit. I remember playing that over and over. I'm just like, yo, I was like, man, so Hit Boy had me back then. I'm just like, this guy nice with the beats. You know what I'm saying? His song was called Jay-Z Interview, but he did he rapped it, and then Jay-Z just talked on it at the end.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that was my shit though. So I was just like, I was like Hit Boy doing a Nas album. I was like, how can this be bad? When then I heard other shit from him, like, he's a good producer. Nas is a great rapper. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't know how good the album will be, but I knew it would be good. I mean, it wouldn't be lower than good. Period. Right. Because I know the track record of this producer and I know the track record of this rapper. Facts. So how's it go? It's like, yeah, I mean, for if Snoop and Dr. Dre do album, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even before you really knew who Snoop was and all you heard was like deep cover, right? You just like, well, Dr. Dre's the fucking man. And this Snoop guy, you know what I mean, was the shit on deep cover. Like, how is it going to be bad? Like, how? You tell me.
I was worried because Hit Boy did Niggas in Paris. That was his joint. That was his claim to fame. He did some joints to Beyonce. So I was only worried because I didn't think that would be a mesh between his production, because he also did he did a lot of what's his name? God Bless the Dead. What's his name? Nipsey.
Yeah.
He produced a lot of Nipsey stuff. Yep. And I should have leaned on that. Like, man, I should have went back and listened to some of the Nipsey stuff, because Nipsey records were getting critically acclaimed. And it was because of Hit Boy's production. A lot of his production was based on that. And I think that I discounted because I didn't think it would be a mesh. I honestly thought it was going to be a bad look for Nas when he's talking about King's Disease #1. I'm like, damn, he get Hit Boy? Like, how's that going? I want to hear Nas and DJ Premier. And I'm like, now I'm listening to Hit Boy and Nas. I'm like, I don't want to hear Nas and DJ Premier, because Premier might be outdated now. You got to hear Nas on more, I don't want to say futuristic, because that's the wrong word to use. I would say on more current, because he sounds current.
Yeah. And then you got to understand, Nas, Hit Boy and Nas, it's not going to be one of these things like, yo, man, I'll send you these tracks, you rap over and send them back. Right. They're not going to do that. Right. You know what I'm saying? When you're working with an artist of Nas stature, as a producer, you don't even want to do that. You know what I'm saying? You want to get the best out of, you know what I mean, that artist. And for a great artist, right? You know what I'm saying? When a producer is working with him, right, an up and coming producer, do you really want to send, you know what I mean, for a great artist? Yo, man, here's 10 tracks. rap on them shits and send them back. No, you do not want to do that. You want to get this shit right. You know what I'm saying? So that way, you know what I mean, you can get your critical acclaim on, much as the artists that you're working with are already critically acclaimed. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think they probably were in the studio on some of these sessions, and they probably, you know, had conversations and, you know, how you think this sound, and then, you know, they're probably both bouncing ideas off each other. But I think this is what the great ones do. That's how they get to be great. You know what I'm saying? So when they say Nas is great, when they say Jay-Z is great, when they say others are great, you don't get to be great. You know what I'm saying? Just by, yo, man, throw some shit on this track, send it back to me. That's not how you get the greatness.
Right.
Well, let me speak on what you said earlier, Shawn. Before these two albums, somebody asked me which catalog is better between Jay-Z and Nas. I'm saying Jay-Z easily.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And being objective when I'm looking at album, like all albums. But after these two albums right here, I would actually have to go back and look at this point.
You got to.
Because Jay-Z haven't been putting out albums, and Nas is still putting out albums and putting out good fucking albums like this right here. Like you said, it could end up being a timeless classic before it's all said and done. Almost kind of like, you know what I feel like this album is gonna be? Like it's getting the flowers now, but I feel like this album have a chance to do what Reasonable Doubt did. Because remember when Reasonable Doubt, let me explain. When Reasonable Doubt came out, people just called it good. But like after some more Jay-Z albums came, but after years went by, they went back and started hearing it again. Like it became a classic. It became more appreciated.
It didn't start off a classic. You're exactly right. That album did not start off a classic.
Right.
Yeah.
But this right here is already in the classic conversation, kind of a little bit. And I feel like in the next year or so, you're like, yo, that was a fucking classic. And it might have a chance to be like one of them classics compared to like you throw up the Life After Death, Blueprints, and shit like that. Like this might fuck around and be Illmatic, Stillmatic, King's Disease 2. It might fuck around and be in one of them categories.
Right. I agree, man. I think that all of the things people are saying about it and just the rhythm of the music on it, man, I honestly think, fellas, this might be up there. And Merv, it's funny you said that because that was mentioned yesterday. One of the guys said on that show, he was like, man, with these last two albums, even if you go back and you listen to some of Jay's stuff, these two albums gave Nas an opportunity to, if he was down, he's caught up.
Close the gap like a motherfucker. Yeah.
Right. Now he's caught up. Right. Because they said now the pressure is on Jay. If Jay decides to drop another album, he's going to have to drop something. If that's what he wants to do. He doesn't have to because Jay is solidified. He is solidified, no doubt. But now you got to start thinking, you know, where do we go from here? Because now Nas has dropped two back-to-back. You know, one got Grammy, one is considered a classic. The other one before that is considered.
Rika, I do too.
Who, Jay?
No, she said that she likes no one talks about Street's Disciple.
No one. And I do think that people don't talk about one of my favorite albums, really, with him and Damian Marley.
Listen, Stacks probably knows. I talk about that album quite a lot. I mean, quite a few times. Yeah. That's probably in my top 3 favorite albums ever.
Man, one thing that I hope though, you know what I'm saying, is that these great artists, the guys that, you know, are in most people's top 10s and all of that, if they decide to do more albums or whatever, that they kind of take it a little more serious in being in sync with the producer. And don't, you know what I mean? I don't want to hear if Jay-Z decides to make a next album, right? I don't want it to be just a bunch of producers sending him records. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jay, block out some time, you know what I mean, for refine your synergy with these producers, much like you found it with Just Blaze back in the day. And then, you know what I mean, then put out some great fucking work. You know what I'm saying? You know, and this goes the same with, if Jadakiss, you know what I mean, decides to drop an album, you know what I mean, for real, if LL decides to drop something, get some synergy
Jadakiss'
with,
last
you know what I
album,
mean,
I
for
feel
real,
like
what
he
you
took
call
it
it.
serious. I think Jadakiss was in tune with his producer from Ignatius.
No,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna say like this, like I said, you know, yo, when you know what I'm saying, like I just want, you know what I mean, for real, you know, that to happen for the guys who are considered great. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like,
Right.
yo, if you get in synergy, it's gonna be like, yo, everything coming off like butter. And the thing is, these guys can make it happen. So make it happen.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
bold prediction is gonna be a King's Disease 3 to match In My Lifetime Volume 3. I just feel like this is not the end of King's Disease. It's one more coming. Next year it's gonna be King's Disease 3.
I just don't believe that Nas is making albums to try to match Jay-Z. I'm actually sick of the fact that it seems as though every time Nas drops something, a lot of people start talking about Jay-Z. I don't think that's right for Nas, whatever. I mean, we're going to get the comparisons naturally, but I don't think this happens when Jay-Z drops out. People don't automatically say, okay, now what Nas is going to do. Not anymore. I think we're way past this time. I mean, these guys have patched up the beef a long time ago. I mean, we just heard Sorry Not Sorry. These guys are friends. I mean, Nas was giving Jay his flowers based on the verse from that song. So I just get kind of annoyed when there's always the comparisons. Like, these guys are still battling. These guys are billionaires and they just living life and they're rapping about ball shit. A bunch of ball shit. Because you got, and me and Shawn talked about this real quick, Merv. You got cats, like somebody said, Nas disappointed me. Motherfucker, what do you want Nas? What do you want artists like Nas and Jay-Z to talk about at this point? They're not going to talk about gunplay. They're not going to talk about drugs. They're not going to talk about women and stuff like that. They're talking about ball stuff that all of us in this age bracket can relate to.
Grown shit.
So you're supposed to level up.
Grown shit.
You're supposed to level up. That's what you're supposed to do.
Exactly. Where is the disappointment coming from? I'm really trying to figure that out. If you're 40 years old and you saying Nas let me down on this album, you're a fucking dickhead in my Philly voice.
I mean, you said, like, you're talking about.
And why and even if you were rivals at one point, why do you have to be rivals for life? I mean, I understand some people in some situations, yes, it has to be that way. But if it's some rap shit, it ain't no street shit. It's rap shit, right? A lot of these guys squash that and they end up rocking out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Jay-Z and Nas, you know what I'm saying? Jada and Beans are cool now. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's supposed to be. That was some rap shit. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Let's be real. Like, Jay-Z and Nas will forever be intertwined. They will forever be synced together. And when people talk about Jay-Z and Nas, they're not talking about them beefing. It is, Biggie, who's the best? Biggie, Jay-Z, or Nas? Biggie is dead. He can't make no more albums. As long as these two people are rapping and they're alive and they're still showing greatness in their rhymes, competitive, and both of them is competitive. All right, Jay-Z is a little bit more, braggadocious. That's my word. It's more braggadocious. But Nas is just as competitive as Jay-Z. But Nas is just not as boisterous as Jay-Z. So
but this is Tayson's
statement. Late and bold
is what Stacks was just talking about.
What the hell are you talking about? We not talking about no verse.
Tayson is a Jay-Z fan like me. You gotta relax, bro. These guys are friends in my book. They are friends now.
See, ain't nobody even talking about the versus battle. I'm just talking about right now. Right now,
with Jay-Z or Nas doing versus at all. Why?
Why would they do it? Yeah, why would they do it?
They're not doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Versus
not
is
doing
beneath them. Like honestly, like
way beneath them.
Yeah.
imagine Nas and Jay get on the verses.
No Jay-Z, Nas, or LL Cool J is doing verses. They already said that.
Not at all.
So we don't even
No.
talk about that. But all I was saying is,
Then you go let me get back at the song.
they'll be forever intertwined. All right,
They have to be.
Anytime Nas drop, Jay-Z's gonna get talked about. When Jay-Z drop, Nas is going to get talked about.
I don't think he does.
They're forever intertwined.
Yeah, they do. They are intertwined. This is the first time that Jay hasn't dropped anything in a long time since Nas dropped something. Because I think it kind of came out of nowhere.
Like the last 10 years almost.
Right.
He always every time Nas drops something,
Right.
Jay-Z drop on the same day.
It was very petty of Jay-Z when he dropped him and Beyonce dropped that album like literally the same night.
He's done it. He's done it ever since Ether. He's done that shit just about ever since Stillmatic. Every time Nas drops, just like when it was highly anticipated.
He didn't drop anything after KD1 though.
Jay-Z he did. He dropped a song.
Yeah, but you know, Ether stung for a while. Like he just did. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm gonna say like this, man.
So
anytime
it's always brought up. They're forever gonna be. They're gonna ever be like this.
I'm like, yo, I'm gonna say like this, right? You know what I mean? When Ether came out, they played the shit 6 times in a row, and that's in Philly. So I'm guess they playing the shit 6 times in a row everywhere else too. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yo, you're still gonna think back. You know what I mean? That was a really bad day for me. Everybody can remember having a bad fucking day, and that was a bad day for Jay-Z. Even if it was years later, you know what I mean? And he's super successful, he's a billionaire, and he has great albums and all of that. I'm quite sure he thinks back to that day every once in a while, like, man, that was a fucked up day. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Marc? He dropped on his birthday. He dropped on Jay-Z's birthday.
Well, you know what I mean?
He hears Ether every fucking time. Every time his age, anytime he gets older, he hears Ether.
Yeah. I mean, man, but like I said, everybody can remember a terrible day that they had, and this is probably Jay-Z's terrible day. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
And it's his birthday.
And it's his birthday. Yeah.
Never be locked. There's no separating them. And not necessarily on some bad shit. It's just when you think of Jay-Z, you think of Nas. When you think of Nas, you think of Jay-Z.
Yeah. And see, this is the hate that Tay-Son spewed. He said it was bad Uchi Wale Day for Hove. Like, I don't get that. Like, I don't get. It's like Hove didn't do Sunshine. You know what I mean? Like, so I know what boys like. You know what I mean?
Why'd you have to go there, man? Why?
Okay. But Tay-Son choosing violence. So guys, let's so we got people in the comments. I got my Wiz out there. Okay. We got Alima out there. We got Rika still out there, and I got you all on the panel. I don't want to make this long and drawn out because we got to lock this thing out. Okay. I got to get some rest. Got a long day tomorrow. Shout out to everybody out there in the world. But go ahead, Murph.
Warning shot. I'm gonna let you know. Warning.
Yes.
Warning. Say something out the pocket if you want. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead and wrap it up.
No, we're not wrapping up.
I thought you were about to wrap it up.
No.
Oh, you know that bullshit you do when you go in your little wrap up mode. Okay, my bad.
Wow.
My bad. The revolution has got to be over soon.
Yeah, that was
my bad. That's correct.
This guy is like.
I want those of you who are watching in the comments, I want you to give I don't think we want to see that collab album, man. I thought I did at one point take some, but I
wouldn't want to see it.
I don't think I want it. They're too different.
I would, you know what I would like to see? I would have liked to see Hov put a verse maybe on this album. You know what I mean? Or Nas put a verse on Hov's next project. I would like to see that.
I would.
You know what I mean?
A verse.
Just a verse. That shit was a long time ago, but that shit was hot.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. I would just like a verse. I would just like a verse. That's it. That's all I need.
So
I would like Distant Relatives too.
Yes, me too. I saw Distant Relatives in concert live at the House of Blues, and they played the instruments live. And Ingrid, if you out there watching, tell them how great that concert was. That was probably the best concert. We've been to many concerts, but that concert was probably the best. They played all the instruments live in that concert. and they were going off. It was like a 2-hour concert with just him and Damian Marley, and it was bananas. It was one of the best.
And the man waving the flag.
Yep, it was probably one of the best concerts I've seen in my life. It was in Myrtle Beach. I saw it in Myrtle Beach when they came out. We probably was in the audience together, straight up. But I was in Myrtle Beach at the House of Blues, and they played it. They played the whole album, every single song on the album. They played a live band. But anyhow, I digress. Gonna do a quick game before we lock it out, because I took some time to do this earlier today. Yeah, that should go right there. It was amazing. It was an amazing concert. Everybody asks questions now. Tayson, they can use the same producer they used last time, honestly.
Yeah.
The same producers. Because that album was all about instruments. It was really about the drum pattern, Pan-African. It was all about that. And that album was really good. So I'm gonna ask Shawn this. I don't want to hear a story. I'm gonna just say classic or not. If you want to give one reason or one reason not, I'm fine with that, but don't get long-winded because we have to lock this thing out. Gotcha. And I want Rika, I want Tayson, not Tayson, because Tayson is crazy. My Wiz, and I want Aleem, if you're still watching, to tell me, is it a classic or not? All right, y'all ready? So, Volume 2, Hard Knock Life, is it a classic? Damn, I'm thinking too much.
He's all classic. God damn. I mean,
is it a classic?
Like, why you ain't did the tracks with the cover?
I'm hard on albums.
I'm running through title right now to see, because I don't remember.
I got you covered. I got you covered.
Money Anything, Ride or Die, If I Should Die, Hard Knock Life,
why you took it down,
Money Cash Hoes,
it might not be the same.
Coming of Age. Can I Get a? That is so small.
I'm going with that.
It's All Right, Reservoir Dogs. I would say yes.
A classic. That's a classic.
Classic.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Marc, you say classic too?
Yeah, I'm going to agree. Yes.
Damn. Okay. I don't say it's classic, but okay. That's cool.
Of course you don't.
A lot of good songs. It's a lot of good songs.
Come on, Shawn. Not
in my lifetime.
Now we acting petty.
This is in the catalog. Okay, so not a classic, right?
Wait a minute, hold up.
Okay.
I'm just looking at the track list real quick.
Is this a classic?
No, but no. That one, yes. You know what I mean? It was written, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
All right. Hey, Stacks, I need you to do the comments while I navigate these.
Look at them waves on his head. Oh my goodness, Nas, you just fine.
Okay, calm down. Where am I at? Merv, what'd you say? Classic or not?
Which one is this?
It was written.
We'll see a track list.
Time is all shining, looking on fire.
Okay. Merv, can you see that?
Street Dreams, I Gave You Power. Taking in Blood is like one of my favorite Nas songs. Affirmative Action.
Headed to Delaware with one change of gear. Nothing on my mind but the dimes that we play. Places of the eyes that we find when we pray.
Yeah, Lima, them chip tooth days was it. Ooh la la.
The setup.
I'm okay with that being a classic.
Okay.
That's a classic, and Street Dreams remix ain't even on it.
Facts. And Marc, don't sleep on that remix. You're right.
I think I like the remix better than the original. You know what I mean?
Me too.
Which one?
Street Dreams with R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Hold on, you like the remix better?
Yes.
I like the remix better too.
Yes.
The remix is killing.
So I mean, I expect that.
The remix is killing.
And I love the original. Original went hard as shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Camelot music. You're right. All right. Classic or not?
Oh man, this changed Jay-Z trajectory right here.
That's not a
Rock La Familia album.
This was the turning point. I'm sorry, it was.
But was it a classic?
It wasn't a classic though.
Thank you, Marc.
No.
It wasn't.
I don't think it was a classic myself.
It wasn't a classic.
This is the turning point though.
It was a turning point. It was getting. That's when you start hearing that influence by that beans and state property influence. So yeah, you're right. It was a turning point.
Is this the one where the streets is watching where Bean just went the fuck slapped the fuck off?
No,
no.
I'm gonna tell you.
I was used to watching
Where's the track list?
I got the track list right here. Man, listen, change the game.
I got it right
Streets
here.
is talking.
That's what I'm talking about. Hold on.
I mean, stick to the script.
I
mean, parking lot pimping, holla. That's classic.
It was dope, but I don't think it was a classic.
It was a dope concept, but it wasn't a classic.
Yeah.
Situation is bleak.
Man, it was so many street records on this shit. You know what I mean? For like, this is made for the car. Like, you know what I mean? If you ain't, listen, I'm gonna say like this. If you played this album and you ain't turn it up loud, you know what I mean? Then I don't want to hear your opinion. You know what I mean? I really don't.
This album is underrated. Now that I look at the fucking track list again, this hey.
Stack, help me with the comments. Tayson said Tayson put classic for every joint I dropped. And so that's why I said you can't count what Tayson is saying. We're not counting his vote. All right. So we agreed that this is not a universal classic, right? Great album, but not classic. Okay.
So let me ask another question.
Okay.
Is this a Jay-Z album? Y'all consider this a Jay-Z album?
Nope.
It's a compilation.
This is not a Jay-Z album. This is, to me, is a rock compilation.
Yep.
The
only way it was sell is if he would have put his name on it, honestly, during that time. Yeah. That's why it was marketing.
This is not a Jay-Z album.
Yeah.
No, it's a Jay-Z album, you know what I mean? Because it's Jay-Z's album.
This is not a Jay-Z album. This is a
because he features. Wait a minute, because he features The Rock. The rest of The Rock, it's not a Jay-Z album.
Almost every song, though.
This is a compilation. This is a Jay-Z production. This is a Jay-Z production, but it's not a Jay-Z album.
If you look at Wikipedia,
okay,
the 5th studio album by Jay-Z featuring
It is. But Stacks, here's the thing. The only reason it was that because, of course, it was about the optics. He had to sell the album. He wasn't going to sell the album as Jay-Z featuring The Rock at that time. Because remember, the lead single was a joint with him and Pharrell on the track. Remember? That was the lead single to this album. And then I wish I had all. Remember that song?
No.
Hustler, baby. Yeah, that shit was banging in the club too.
That was the lead single to this album.
You mean which song? That was Emilio Sparks.
That was Emilio
Sparks song. Yeah. And then Jay, let me borrow that.
Let me get that from you.
Let me get that from you, boy.
Right. Because I need to hear.
This ain't no fucking collab album like Distant Relatives. I thought that was just 2 people in there. Or am I wrong? I thought that was just Nas and
it was just Nas and Damian Marley.
It wasn't. This album had like 8 motherfuckers on there. Just about every song had like 2 or 3 different.
Remember that's Tayson. That's Tayson.
Yeah, that's a Jay album, and I'm not speaking against Philly ever. So classic.
I'm mad that Dear Summer was on Bleak's album because that shit was so fucking hot.
That's that's the kind of shit Jay-Z did. Jay-Z did for this album right here to help everybody else.
Right.
This album was more to help The Rock.
Is correct.
Not Jay-Z. This is not a Jay. For all intents and purposes, he put his name on there, but this is not a Jay-Z album.
Jay changed his whole flow. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. And Lima, you are correct. People went to bought because that lead single was a monster. And what's that?
And speaking of Dear Summer, when Lil Wayne did that shit, that went even harder. You know what I mean? Off the mixtape. That was Mixtape Wayne. Check it out if you ain't check it out.
Mixtape Wayne have killed a lot of Jay-Z Jay-Z beats.
But I'm gonna say like this, that one he did the best. Like, you know what I mean? That's my favorite off Mixtape Wayne.
Right. So I'm gonna keep moving. All right.
All right.
So
let's go.
Classic or nah?
Nope.
Nah. Not this one.
Nostradamus? Which one's that?
Which one was that?
I am.
No, not I Am.
Okay.
I thought it was really good. You know what I'm saying?
It was a really good album. It was the first album that was on that was pirated and it leaked. So
yes, it did. Yes, it did.
He had to put this album out, I think, less than 2 weeks. And that's why a lot of those songs ended up on the lost tapes, which brings me to my next one. So we all feel like that wasn't a classic, right?
No.
Okay. Is this one a classic?
Nope.
No.
I say yes.
Of course you do.
I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you to get to my Nas album.
I can't.
My other Nas album. I'm waiting for you to get to that.
I've never listened to this. I've never listened to this. I can't speak.
This one was considered a classic because it was what I Am was supposed to be. That's why they considered this one a classic. This is
the album that Rika was talking about.
Yes.
You said nobody talks about it, but I love it. Is that the album?
No, that she was talking about Street's Disciple. The Lost Tapes was the one that was supposed to be I Am, but it got leaked, and it ended up putting this together later on as the Lost Tapes, and it actually was considered a classic.
Oh, so I mean, but let me.
Yep, Do Rags, Jump by Myself.
That's considered a classic because I Am wasn't. Wow. Okay.
No. It was leaked. I Am was leaked. That album was leaked. It was the first leaked album in history. Like honestly, that was the first time an album got leaked before because it was so much anticipation around that album. The whole album got leaked, so he had to go back in the studio and make I Am in less than 2 weeks because he had to meet the deadline.
I'm gonna say like this, Blaze of 50. You know what I mean? For that might be one of my favorite Nas songs ever. Like
Absolutely.
He was that good on that. I mean, I have verbal intercourse above his verse and verbal intercourse above that. But I'm like, Blaze of 50 though, I'm just like, man, he told a fucking story. That story went in. I'm just like, yo. I was like, man, that's classic Nas right there. You know what I'm saying? I like, man, you know, if you want to hear bars, that is bars.
Blaze of 50 was the one. What was your take on that one? Nick?
Oh, I said yes.
Okay. Most people had that one recorded as a classic.
Why is Merv looking at me like that?
Because Merv is a hater. That's why.
Nigga, I just said I haven't listened to the fucking album, so I can't even speak on it. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm sorry. Classic or not?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, that's hands down classic. I think this is best work. I think that one is best work, honestly.
This is not my favorite Jay-Z album. You know what I mean? It's still a classic, but it's not my favorite Jay-Z album. It was. I think it was good. It was more commercial than it was. You know what I'm saying? That I'm used to from Jay.
It was.
You know what I'm saying?
It's my favorite Jay-Z album.
And see, this is Tay-Son talking crazy again.
Yeah.
That's him talking crazy again. Like we just talked about this. I do think that that Blueprint was a classic album. I wasn't a fan of Ola Ovito, but I still think it was. I think the album was strong enough to still be a classic. Honestly,
I'm gonna say like this.
Renegade.
It's still strong enough. Like this is we should be talking about. Pull the next album up.
You know what's crazy?
You're right, Stacks.
You know what's crazy? Here's the thing. Like I didn't think, like I said, this is not my favorite Jay-Z album, but when I went to the clubs and all that shit, you know what I mean? When this album came out, they was running damn near every song from this fucking album in that club.
Yeah.
Like, that's how like, man, now it might not be my favorite, but according to the people, it's their favorite.
It was non-skippable. It had no skip on it.
They really was playing that whole shit. Like I'll never forget that.
All right, let's keep going. Nostradamus.
No, not this one.
I agree.
Not this one.
It wasn't. I thought it was a dope album, but I wouldn't consider it a classic. I thought it was better than what people like what Jay said, but it sold over 1 million records.
Yeah, Alima, Mama Loves Me. That's my shit.
Yeah, I love that joint too.
Lyrical exercise at the end. Shit.
I love that joint.
Owe me back like you owe your tax.
I love that joint. I had loved this album, man. I had loved this album. I wasn't. It wasn't a classic, but I thought it was a dope album. Had some great cuts on it. All right, Stillmatic.
Classic.
Yeah.
Yes. From the intro on.
I'm not gonna say I didn't like a song with this album, but it's still a classic. Yeah. Move on.
Absolutely. Best of Both Worlds.
Come on, Shawn.
No.
Okay.
Just no.
Stack, this is in his catalog. What you mean to do?
You didn't have to put that up there.
But that's just in his catalog. All right.
Okay, keep going.
You mean okay? Blueprint 2.
No.
I'm going to give a mulligan on this one. Since we doing mulligans, if you take songs from both and put them together, potential classic.
No, still not.
Oh, that double CD.
No. I think, to be honest, if you took the best songs from this,
He did.
you know what I'm saying?
He
No,
did
but he had like 28 songs. This shit should have been 12 songs, and that was it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It had classic potential, but it was just too much.
It was too much.
It was too much.
When you got
Somehow, some way, that's a good song.
Hell
my
yeah. Hell fucking yeah.
Yeah, but guess who killed that song though?
Beans. He went nuts on that shit.
Yeah, that's I say compared to Beans, you whack. All right. So we say no to that one as well. We getting somewhere with this.
Okay.
All right, we almost there. Okay, Godson.
Yes.
Yes.
I love this album.
Ooh.
Man, this my album right here.
Yes.
Wait a minute, hold up. I want to just check this track list real quick.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I have to be careful listening to this album. This album really chokes me up. I have to be careful listening to this album.
I put you off the bed.
Wait, hold. Come on.
There are some joints on this album that I can't listen to. Like the song got Dance Last Dance. That song is very tough for me to listen to this day.
Made you look. And then let me tell you, y'all mean in the remix, I'm gonna say like this, right? This is when I was just like, Nas, I'm like, man, I don't know if you won, y'all mean for real, you know, versus Luda on that joint. I don't know. I was leaning a little bit Luda. Y'all mean on that remix because Luda bodied that shit. I thought him and Jada, y'all mean they both did well. I just think Luda did a little bit better on that remix.
They killed it.
Yeah. They was killing that shit, man. I love that record.
They killed it. So we think this is a classic. I thought it was a really good album.
Yeah, I agree. Classic. Yeah.
All right. So we're starting to get into the weird places right now.
Okay.
All right.
Yes. Classic.
Yes.
Two of his best songs ever is on this album.
Yeah.
Allure and Lucifer, classic. And Encore, look.
Moment of Clarity is one of my favorites.
I love Moment of Clarity. Yeah.
I mean, let me see.
Put that knife to you. Take a little bit of life from you.
I thought he got his swagger back on this album.
Yeah.
Because this album came after Blueprint 2. I think he got his swagger back. Because you can tell he was kind of defeated with Blueprint 2. And he dropped something else in between, like some other joints here and there. Black Album, he came back. All right, so we say
from a brass delivery. I remember 50 Streets did to me.
I'm gonna say like this, man.
Pick at me.
Yo,
like
someone here that I don't like.
Public service announcement.
Yeah.
Yo,
my homie.
Dumb.
My homie Strict told me, yo, finish your breakfast, right?
Yeah, finish.
Y'all mean for like, yo, man. Yeah. Shout to the boy Strickland, y'all mean for real pass, y'all mean, but that's what he would say when he would cross you to fuck up at the rucker, score on you, and then that's what he would say. That's what he would say to somebody when he dropped on their knees. Finish your breakfast. Y'all mean that's where Jay-Z got that from. That shout to the ruck. You know what I'm saying?
That's his favorite Jay-Z album after the Blueprint.
So Streets Disciple.
I like it. This was a double CD, right? Again, right?
It was.
And I'm gonna say like this: it's only but a rare few double CDs that was the shit, and a lot of them just aren't.
Disciples, it ain't one of them. All Eyes on Me is, and
All Eyes on Me, Wu-Tang Forever, and
Life After Death.
Yeah, I like Streets Disciple, but I see Lemon say it's a classic. I'm a big Nas fan, but I would not consider Streets Disciple a classic.
And I'm gonna say this with Merv on here. Of the double CDs, I probably got the best double CD of all time.
Yeah. I mean, I would rival Wu-Tang Forever for that. I'll rival Wu-Tang Forever. Honestly, Wu-Tang Forever was different. That shit changed a lot of things, man. That shit changed
no,
my life.
I'm gonna tell you from this album that Just a Moment song. I mean, you gotta understand. Yeah, I mean, like especially that year when that song came out. Yeah, I mean, a couple homies that passed away or whatever. Yeah, we was pouring out liquor. That was the pour out liquor song. Like for real, you just pouring out lick right on the sidewalk. You know what I'm saying? For your homies that passed, man. So like especially that year, like when you ride through the city or whatever, and you see people pouring out liquor, you know what I mean, you would hear that song playing. Like that was the pour out liquor song. You know what I mean? Real talk.
That was it. All right, so let's keep on moving fast. Get through this one. American Gangster.
Another one, classic.
Let me see. Let me see.
Man.
Look, wait a minute. Hold up. I need to see this track list.
I don't know.
I liked it. I liked it. Did I love it? You know what I mean? That's what I want to know. I really liked it though. I know I really liked this album.
I don't know.
I think it is. I think it's an overlooked classic.
I don't know.
Man, you know what I mean? You talk about Rock Boys. Oh, ignorant shit with Beans. Ignorant shit. You know what I'm saying?
They had Roll to the Bad Guy. Oh my God.
Hey, I'm the 07 Ice Cube. BC so rude. Yeah.
This show is a classic to you.
I like Blue Magic.
It's a classic to me. Matter of fact, fuck the American Gangster person that made the movie that told Jay-Z no for this not being an official soundtrack and him making that old whack at. Like, yes, it's classic. And fuck him for it should have been a soundtrack to American.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have it there. I was just like, man.
I struggle with it. I can be convinced of it, but I struggle with putting it in the classic. That's just me though. Blueprint 3.
No. I liked it, but it wasn't.
Okay.
What was on this?
I'm looking at
what we talking about?
Blueprint 3 has some joints on it.
And I had liked it. I like Blueprint 3. Blueprint 3. Let me hear them tracks again.
I like So Ambitious.
They had Death for Auto Tune, Run This Town, Empire State. Oh, you know what? This shit might be. You know what? Classic.
DOA, Run This Town, Empire State of Mind. On to the next one.
Born when J. Cole came on this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, classic. Already Home. He's spitting on that. Classic.
Oh yeah. Oh wait. Real as it gets with Jeezy. That's my shit.
Yeah.
That was my shit.
Oh my goodness.
Hey Shawn, remember? Hey Shawn. Oh, flashback. Remember, this is the show I used to quote all the time when me and you was battling.
Yeah.
When we first met at the workplace.
I'm gonna put that on when we're done. Real as it gets.
Right here.
You did.
Yeah.
My God.
Yep.
And I like that thank you record. Thank you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Hey,
you did. Yeah.
It's funny. I was on recruiting in the army. And one of my homeboys, I told him I was the best recruiter. He was like, "We're not in the same league, not in the same brackets."
Yeah. You don't shoot the same basket. Yeah.
Yo,
You pay the same taxes.
I think it has some
Did this
really
come out
dope
the same time as around the same time as 808s and Heartbeats? Because I remember
joint?
It came
after. Because I remember loving the Jeezy feature on Real as It Gets, and then I loved the Jeezy feature on Amazing on 808s and Heartbreaks.
Yeah, it came after. It came way after that. It came a couple of years after that.
Okay.
All right. So let's keep on moving.
Thank You was my shit. That was my shit.
Hip hop is dead.
I honestly don't remember enough songs on there, so I don't.
I'm looking at it right now.
It wasn't a classic for me. Nope. Great album, but it wasn't a classic for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Black Republicans was my shit though. You know what I'm saying? That was my shit.
Money Over Bullshit was my shit. And Queens Get the Money, the first song on my joint too.
Of course it is.
Of course. That niggas said 27 MCs, put them in a line of, man, I ain't want to go there, man. Niggas said hiding by 8 Mile in the Chronic, get rich but dies rhyming, this is high science.
Damn, man. Chris Webber produced the track on his album.
He did. Blunt Ashes.
Yep.
Blunt Ashes. This album was dope. It was a dope album. I wouldn't put it as a classic. Life is Good.
I'm gonna say yeah on that one. Life is Good. I like that one.
I think it is.
I like that one.
I'm pulling up this track listing real quick. But I think is Amy Winehouse? She's on this album, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember that joint.
I like that one. That shit's slap.
Classic. All right. So we got
Accident Murders, Daughters,
Accident Murders.
Reach Out. Ooh,
That Daughters
okay.
shit was hot.
That Reach Out joint was my joint.
Yo, he has some joints on his joint.
Yes.
Yo, I
Yes, Distant Relatives is a classic. Get out your RBG flag, wave that shit, be proud to be black, and
Look
put
at
that
Stacks,
shit
man.
on.
Stacks.
Oh, this is my shit.
Yeah, I agree.
When did this come out?
I agree. This came
2010. It's 2021. This is still in constant rotation for me.
Yo,
Oh,
that's
my goodness.
it's a classic. I'm be honest, fellas. If y'all didn't get a chance to listen to this, go and listen to this album, man. This album is good.
That's why I'm not coming.
You gotta listen to it. Yo,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to listen to this again. I know I listened to it when it came out, but I'm like, I guarantee you, this probably will hit me different now than then.
I think
Track 7.
Because people always keep saying that. They were just like, I had a conversation about this album like a year ago, right? And I'm surprised, bro. I should have called you, Shawn, right after I had this conversation.
Yeah.
Because they were just like, yo, I'm trying to tell you, this joint's going to hit different than when you listened to it the first time. You know what I'm saying? So I got to listen to it again. So I want to see what's going to happen.
He performed
Listen to track number 7. That, after like...
What's track number 7? What's track number 7?
Yes.
What was track number 7?
Despair.
Yeah, Despair was my joint. Yes. They played
So
that.
when this album first came out, Land of Promise was my shit. But then like 6 years later, then it was this song, and it still is.
The joint that got me, honestly, was on The Strong Will Continue. That was one of my favorite joints on there. The one joint that he had on there, Patience.
Yeah.
Patience was really good. He actually
Africa
did.
Wake Up is, I like that one too.
Yes, when he did Patience, he actually broke it down. He went a cappella at the concert when he was doing his rhyme, and he was like, he was talking about what he was going through at that time, and everybody went crazy. The whole crowd was going bananas when he broke it down. But yeah, I would say that's a classic. That's definitely a classic. If Ingrid remember when we at the concert in Myrtle Beach, and he broke it down, and he started rapping about the shit he was going through, that was crazy. But anyhow, moving on. The Nigga album, the Nigga tape.
Let me see.
I don't think so. I don't remember all the tracks.
All right. It was a dope album. I don't think I would call it a classic. All right. Kingdom Come.
No.
Life will be it's
not. You can go ahead and take that down.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. That was
No.
Wait a minute. Kingdom Come. That was 30 something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
20s.
Yeah. Remix Andre 3000. One of the best verses he ever spit right off the dome.
I think that was DOA, right? Death of
Crazy.
Autotune? Was that
Lost One.
Yeah.
That was DOA, right?
No.
Nah.
DOA was on Blueprint 3.
Yeah, take that down. That's not a classic.
All right. Magna Carta, Holy Grail.
No. No. Just no.
See how simple that is, man? I don't need no explanation, Shawn, and try to convince people.
Okay.
Classic.
Yeah.
No.
Classic.
Nah,
I'm gonna tell you. You know what?
Classic.
Wait.
I got that as a
Let me
modern day
look. Let me look at the songs
I
again.
don't.
Classic.
I'm gonna tell you why. When it came out, right? Everybody was hyped because Jay-Z put something out, and at that time when that album came out, it wasn't a lot of good shit out. You know what I'm saying? But then when I went back and listened to that shit, I'm just like,
yeah, you're right.
This is not a classic.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not. The replay value on it. When was the last time you listened to this album, honestly?
I don't listen to Bam, but that's probably because Damian Marley.
This was Jay's gossip album. He was gossiping about getting slapped by Solange in the elevator. He was gossiping about getting slapped in the elevator.
Gossip album.
And he was gossiping and shit.
Yeah, because I'm like,
get your hands off me, Becky. That's what he said. Get away from me, Becky.
not a classic. No.
Shawn is a fucking hater.
He was like, yo, I felt Dumbo. Get it? Dumbo? Yeah.
No, I got.
Yeah, you know.
I
got that as a modern day classic.
It is.
No.
And then the syllabus came out with it.
I got that as a modern day classic.
Yeah. It was a good album. But
I thought it was good. It just wasn't classic. Oh, was it Strones?
Watch the Throne.
Yeah.
Classic.
Let me see. No Church in the Wild, Lift Off.
Wait,
I didn't like that Lift Off.
You know what? I'm not
The Niggas in Paris, Otis,
Classic.
That's fanning. That's fanning out right now, but I get it. I wouldn't consider it a classic.
My God.
No. I think it's fanning out, and it's okay.
Wait, hold up. I'm just looking at this track listing real quick.
For which one? For Watch the Throne?
Yeah, Thrones. Wait a minute. Hold up.
I got that as a classic.
It is.
I got to fall short as a classic, personally. That Lift Off was kind of.
No Church in the Wild, Niggas in Paris, Otis. You know what I mean? For I liked all of them. You know what I'm saying?
New Day. About the kids before they got here.
This joint, you know what I mean, with Frank Ocean. I like that one. I thought that was pretty good too. You know what I'm saying? I still don't have it as a classic though.
That concert at Phillips.
I don't know. I think this was the starting lineup album, and then when you went to the bench, you know what I mean, it wasn't as much. I think the songs that were great off this album were really fucking great. But then once you know what I mean, went through everything else, it's like, well, those other songs don't measure up to these top 5. They don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's about right. I haven't heard it in about a decade as well. It's not something I go back into the vault and say, let me go and listen to this Watch the Throne joint real quick. Nah.
Yeah. I think the great songs on this album were great. It's just that those great songs I don't think will hold up the rest of the album to get to the classic level. And that's just how I felt about it.
Absolutely. Well, that's it, everybody. I just wanted to get everyone's thoughts on.
Why you
people vote on King's Disease?
My Lifetime Volume 3.
You know, Murph, I thought I had saved it to the StreamYard, but I didn't.
That's not a classic either.
It's not a classic either.
No.
Yeah.
And that I remember. I remember that album vividly.
Yeah. Volume 3 wasn't a classic. It was good. It was dope.
I have to see the track titles for that. Okay.
But it wasn't a classic. It was dope though. It's the
life and times of Shawn Carter.
Yeah. Volume 3.
Volume 3.
He has some joints on there. I'll give him that.
Man, right? That's the Dope Man album.
That was the Dope Man joint, yeah.
I'm like, man, because it came on hard. Hova's song. You know what I mean? It came on hard. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That wasn't a
you know what I mean? But I was just like, man, even though you look at the singles, right? I'm just like, I don't know, do it again. Like, I wasn't a big fan of that record. I know people who like that record more than I did.
You like do it again?
I'm just saying, I thought it was pretty good. I know people who like that record a lot more than I did.
Yo, Lima crazy, man.
You, Mark. You do remember Beans was on the track, right?
I know Beans was on the track. I just thought it was pretty good. That's all.
So do we count that? Yeah. Are we gonna ask about that? The Beyonce and Jay-Z album?
Do we have to?
Hey. Shawn hated that album because it shit on.
I'm gonna tell you. Even when you
think about it,
if you count Distant Relatives, wouldn't that kind of fall into the Carters and Distant Relatives?
It would, but I put the Best of Both Worlds up there, so I thought that made more sense. But we can talk. I mean, we can rate it. Do you guys think that
he definitely did? He definitely did, Ricky. He definitely did. But I'll tell you, Volume 3 though, Come and Get Me and NYMP was my favorite songs on that motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love NYMP was my shit. You know what I mean?
That Come and Get Me joint was on. He was dissing Nas in that joint, man. That's when shit was getting crazy.
Man. I like that.
But I mean,
no correctional facility can correct that. You know what I'm saying?
Do y'all think Beyonce in his album with Beyonce is a classic?
No.
I don't. When the last time I listened to it?
So let's say this. That question right there is bullshit. Like when the last time you listened to it, that doesn't. Don't act like you gonna listen to all classics. You gonna listen to all classics every fucking week. So don't do that.
So that means
fucking album that's a classic every week.
So that means it's not a classic. What you're telling me?
No, that means that's a bullshit question that you try.
How? If you listen to the shit in 10 fucking years, how can you consider a fucking classic if you don't listen to it the first time it came out? Get out the moment.
That album is only 3 years old, by the way, and I listened to it.
Get out the moment. Have you listened to it in 3 years?
Which album? Which album?
Beyonce and Jay-Z joint.
That's not a question.
Everything is love.
Everything is love. I honestly forgot about Everything is Love.
As far as a qualification,
I forgot about Nas' album when that shit dropped.
You listen to King's Disease 2 right now. Enjoy, nigga.
Before we started having the Jay-Z Nas thing, I didn't listen to Illmatic in years. Does that mean it's not a fucking classic?
You're bad.
That's a bad album to use. Don't do that.
Yeah, that's a really bad album to use, and that's your fault.
No, Sean is saying if you don't listen to a fucking album, it's not a classic. That's what the fuck Shawn is saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying I haven't listened to Illmatic in years. Does that mean it's not a classic? It's still a fucking classic, even though I haven't listened to the shit in years.
That means that's your bad.
No, that means your question is fucking irrelevant.
That means you are. That means
that's really good wordplay.
That means your ear is irrelevant because you're not listening to good music. That means your ear is irrelevant because you're not listening to good music.
That question is dumb.
That means your ear is irrelevant. That's what it means because you're not listening to music. That means that's what that means. That's what that means.
Ain't no
that Nasir album is not a classic.
That's what that means.
That, I didn't care for Kanye's production on it.
Yeah.
He didn't put it up there.
I'm answering Rika. Rika asked about the Nasir album.
I think I did put it up there. It was a Kanye produced album. I wouldn't put it as a classic.
Was Hero on that album?
No, that was on the Nigga album.
Okay, all right.
But I wouldn't put this as a classic. It was a dope album, but I wouldn't put it as a classic. That came out 3 years ago.
You know what I appreciate about these? One thing about these last two Nas albums is that now I know Foxy did a verse on the Nicki song, but like you really couldn't understand. You couldn't hear Foxy, like the music was too loud for her or something. But you know, on the first King's Disease, we got the Firm song, and then the second King's Disease, we got Lauryn Hill. Just something I was thought about that occurred to me after.
Is deaf. She is deaf, so I mean that probably played a factor. I'm not sure.
No. I wasn't coming at Foxy. I was coming at if Merv will ever let anybody finish a thought. I wasn't coming at Foxy. I was coming at the production on the Nicki shit because they should have adjusted so that we could hear Foxy well. So that was definitely not a Foxy Brown diss.
I liked this album.
So you didn't?
I said I did.
I thought it was a dope album. I just think that Kanye didn't give his best, and they made this album.
No, Kanye was trying to do too much. Like he had that Kid Sees Ghosts, his own album. What's her face? What's her name? The chick with the really good body.
Tiana
Taylor.
Yeah.
Because she was really upset about the way her album went out because those albums came out once a week. There was like 7 songs per album once a week, and she was really upset about that. And she turned around and cranked out like a classic album after that, off her own strength.
Yeah.
I put the Firm up there, but I didn't want to count that in the catalog because that was a group effort. And I think Nas on like 2 songs on this album, 2 or 3 songs.
That was a dope album.
This is a dope album, though. You know
that was a dope album.
The Firm and the Dynasty album is on the same level of compilations.
Hey yo, Shawn, that's the first album I bought when I remember that I had that when I was in job training school in the Army, and that shit slapped.
I thought the Firm was a good album. I didn't think it was a classic, but I thought it was a good album.
It was really good.
Yeah, tell you one thing.
The concept was dope as fuck. That concept was dope as fuck.
AZ, one of the most underrated rappers of all time.
Agreed.
But he can't put together a classic album for whatever reason. He can't put it together.
Yeah,
and
Diet. I would consider that a classic.
Which on the Firm?
No, AZ's first one.
Hey, remember AZ and Belly? I'm about to blow, son.
Yeah. He saw around the block.
He knew what was happening.
He had some really good records though. You know what I'm saying?
He did.
You know,
and I'm listening to his.
He a beast now.
He a beast. I'm listening to some of his records about 3 weeks ago. I was just listening to all AZ stuff.
Yeah.
And
you don't think that this is a you won't count this as a classic?
But Do or Die.
Do or Die.
I don't know. I don't know if I call it a classic.
I'll have to go back.
Listen to it again.
I have to listen to it again.
He got a song called Sugar Hill on there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't think it was a classic.
I used to have that shit. I used to have that shit on repeat. That fucking song.
He's spitting on that shit.
I think it was a really dope album. I just don't know if it's a classic.
I'm like, man, give me yours with my shit. Just give me.
Can y'all listen to it again? I listened to it again.
I will listen to it again.
First time in a while, and I was like, yo, this shit is fucking dope.
Oh, Happy Jackie, yeah, that was good. Yep.
Yeah, man. Hey, good comment. Let's wrap this thing up. Good comment. I mean, this could go on forever. I mean, honestly, it's just so much shit to get into. But
wait, you weren't counting?
Yeah, I was counting my head.
You weren't keeping score.
Not really, because everybody. I mean, music is subjective.
Okay, Petty Shawn is.
No, but because it was
Petty Shawn is away. Good for you, honey.
Yeah, I wasn't going to count because I wanted everyone to kind of get back and look at some of these album covers and some of the tracks to remind themselves if these albums are actually classics. Because sometimes we get prisoners of the moment. Like for some of the albums that I thought that were classics back then, I don't consider them classics now. It was just a really great album at a time when I thought that it made sense to be a classic, but it wasn't a classic. I kind of did that because Stacks were talking about, will King Disease 2 be a classic 5 or 10 years from now? Will people consider this as one of the classics?
We'll see.
And we'll see. I mean, we'll see. Hopefully, God bless. We'll see. But I think right now, the way it is, and kind of bring it back full circle, I think the way King Disease is ringing off right now and all the adulation that it's getting and the praise that it's getting, I think is worthy of it, especially when his songs are coming out, the way he sounds, the things that he's doing with this album. I think it's deserving to be a classic at this point. And I think that, I know, Tate Song was saying in the beginning that he want to see a Nas and Jay versus. I don't want to see that because I think they're both great in their own right. Their music is so different. It's so the contrast is so different that they don't even sound alike in no comparison at all. They do what they do really well at a high level. And that's what it is. Let's give them both those guys their flowers for being as great as they are separately.
All I want to do is see a verse. That's it. I just need little 16. We're done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would like to see that on each other's project. This verse.
I think Merv said the best.
I'll be honest. Oh, go ahead, Shawn.
No, I think Merv said the best in the beginning as well. Like when Merv was saying how you can't help but talk about one and not the other. They kind of join at the hip. And it's almost been like that from, I don't want to say day one because it wasn't from day one.
Nah, it was from day one.
It just kind of
catch up.
Right.
He had to catch up.
He had to catch up. And, Jay had the verse where, now you're wheezing in the back. I think that verse kind of coming back full circle for him because Nas is putting out great music. And they're a billionaire. He don't have to put nothing else out. Jay is solidified. Jay is in damn near everyone's
top back on.
He's almost in everybody's damn near top 10. I mean top 5 at least. They're top 3, number 1 in a lot of cases. So he don't have to put no record out whatsoever. But like Merv said, these guys, when you talk about one, you kind of got to talk about the other. That's how it is.
Forever intertwined in
right.
the hip hop world. Even after both has passed on,
yeah,
they're gonna be forever intertwined.
Right.
The two of the great, just like Biggie and Pop.
Yeah,
this is without the real street shit. This is modern day Biggie and Pop. Like when you think of Biggie, you think of Park, like those two will
Right.
be forever intertwined.
They can always be together, right?
And to be real, it's not a diss because you don't. It's really a talk about their greatness.
Right.
Yeah.
It's really not a diss.
Yeah, it's like LeBron and MJ. They always will be mentioned together. Always. Forever.
Yeah, but LeBron forcing that narrative. That's neither there. Yeah,
I know what you're trying to say though, but
it's your flavor. It's your flavor, honestly. But two things can be accurate, and both of them can be goats. And that's what it is. That's what it comes down to. Despite what Stacks and Tayson say. But
like Jay-Z, like Jay-Z and Nas can go like this.
Right.
They really could go like this. Michael Jordan and LeBron, it can't go like that.
No. No.
It ain't no flip flop.
Right. On no level. And Beans and Jay can't be like this neither. Beans and Jay can't be like that.
Yeah. Beans and Jay neither. Beans and Jay don't go like this.
Well, not musically, no. Yeah. Lyrically, different story.
Yeah.
Wrap the shit up, man.
Yo, wrap this shit up. That nigga doesn't have me up at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. Motherfucking blood pressure up. I catch you on the next early pod. Start that shit early next time, Mark. But
compared,
I do want. We do have to talk. Listen, I feel like next Monday should be would Jay-Z beat Jay-Z if Biggie and Park never died? Because I feel like some people feel like he still would be that, and I don't think he would even come close to being what he is today.
No.
But another day.
Talk again, man. Don't be doing. I'm about to get started up again, man. Yo, go watch that.
About, man? That's what
Don't do that, man.
What is the shit on Jay-Z night? Is that we doing that?
No.
Damn, Stacks, man.
What the fuck you talking about?
Hey, how about this? With the exception of Nick, fuck all of y'all.
Whoa. Damn, Stacks mad tonight. And he got to say try me. So Nick. That's just a mag, but King
trying to tell you, man. You know what I mean? Well, you know Stacks, man. I mean, according to Stacks, Jay-Z's perfect. You know what I mean? For real, I was like, he ain't lost it. He ain't lost it nothing. Even Michael Jordan lost his shit, but Jay-Z, hell no, he ain't lost
Marc.
shit.
Marc. Yeah, Stacks.
That's cool. You know what I mean?
Yo, Nick, what you got for us?
Shout out to Protomorphic. It was really nice speaking to her again. Definitely check out her music. She said she's putting more of it on, she's using YouTube more. So check out her music. We listed some of the songs that we were really feeling, but I'm a little bit tired. I'm old.
Yes, you are. Yeah.
Fuck you.
In a good way.
Now don't be called. You was not supposed to. I got my energy back now. You was not even supposed to agree to that shit. Like that was ignorant as hell.
Gracefully. You're aging gracefully.
That was so ignorant.
You're aging gracefully. You're gracefully aging. You're elder now.
I mean, he's an asshole. I mean, what do you?
Now you call me an elder?
Yeah,
you're older than me. Marc, how old are you?
I'm 41.
When you turn 42. Oh, that's right. I am your 1 year elder. That's right. You were Aries.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know why you're getting so much on my nerves, though.
Because he's Shawn. I mean,
that's your man's in there.
With the exception of Shawn, because apparently, he really not even like Queens like he tried to put out. So shout out to Queens.
Shawn is from that Zell. He's from the same place y'all rap from. That Zell,
South Carolina.
Yeah. Man, shout out to Merc City, man. Shout out to Merc City for real. Shout out to Merc City, man.
My aunt, who is from York, she spent more time in New York than Shawn did. She used to live. She spent more time in Queens than you did. She lived in Woodside, Queens.
Wow,
for
it's getting personal.
20-something years.
It's getting personal now.
So shout out to her and Queens.
Y'all.
It's getting personal.
Oh,
it's getting personal now. Y'all finished? Merc, you finished?
Shout out to Nas.
Thank you.
Nas is just amazing. Yes, he's just an amazing person. I would love to meet him Sorry, Alima, but I hope I get to meet him before I do. I will save some for you if I ever do.
Whoa.
Whoa, you should listen to them on
After
the
dark
podcast.
now.
First of all,
Yeah. Hey, Tayson, that After Dark show you wanted to start right now.
If you're gonna use our platform,
Right.
but shout out to intelligence because Nas is very intelligent.
now you want to talk about
Yeah. Shout out to York.
Look at
York
Stack,
City
man.
once again. My hometown.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Wow.
That's
this is
it.
crazy. That's weird. Stacks, what you
What's
got
weird?
for us, man?
Yeah,
Wait, whoa,
Tayson
what's
enjoy.
weird?
She said she would she want the last bite. I'm glad
No.
you take
Oh, we
the
about
last
to
bite.
run a train on Nas.
Whoa, hey! Hey!
Yeah.
Relax.
Tayson, are you out there? You know what I mean? Shoot, you should be enjoying this right now.
Yeah.
After
Mama Tayson
dark.
enjoy it.
After dark. You know what I mean? Remember, you want the podcast
maybe
after
he
dark.
likes watching.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
You said, why would he enjoy it? Maybe he would enjoy watching.
I just said he wanted an After Dark podcast.
Hey, take somebody watching playing one mic. Yo, Stacks, what you got for us, man?
Hey, that's right. I'm gonna rock the mic that night.
Yo, let's go.
Jesus Christ.
Yo, what you got? What you got, Stacks?
Yo, man, that's
Hey,
wild.
Nas, you hear that? And you even got paid $40.
Mm-mm.
Man, that rock the mic shit threw me off the stop. I'm sorry. But hey, shout out to all of y'all on this panel. I mean, it was Nas heavy tonight, as it should be, because our brother just pumped out what's probably going to be a classic. I'm objective, so I'm able to say shit like that. Shout out to I don't want to mess up the young lady's name. Protomorphic. Shout out to her, and we're gonna put her shit on our page so y'all can check this sister out. No American IG. That's okay though. But great show. We'll be right back tomorrow with the Mervin Stack Show. We'll be on episode 3 or 4?
4.
Episode 4 of Raising Canaan, Power Book 3.
Indeed.
All I got.
What you got for us, Marc?
Oh man, shout to Protomorphic, you know what I'm saying? Man, she has some dope shit, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta check her out, you know what I'm saying? Man, you know what I mean? This is another great episode. Got to, talk about Nas, King's Disease 2.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent album. If you haven't heard it, you know what I'm saying, go give it a listen.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, shout to y'all guys, you know what I'm saying, because between last week and this week, it's a lot of hip hop. And I was able to kind of go back and dig in the crates and check some yummy for real, some old shit out, some sort of old shit out, some new shit. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm going from Diamond D to Lil Baby to, you know what I mean, for, cats who are lesser known like Marquise Porter and, you know what I mean, some old Gilly and shit like that. So it was cool, man, you know what I mean, to be able to just kind of bounce around, throughout hip hop, man, you know what I'm saying? And, I think last week's show kind of started that off, man, and, kind of getting this new Nas joint, you know what I'm saying? I'm able to go back and listen to some old Nas and, you know what I'm saying? So that was cool, man, you know what I'm saying, to be able to do that, you know what I mean, for, so this was this week and this last week and this week, man, it seemed like, you know what I mean, it's a win for hip hop, man, so I'm all for it.
Indeed, man, indeed. Mer, what you got for us, homie?
Man, I ain't got too much tonight, man. I always enjoy being on here with y'all guys and cutting up, speaking my truth, talking my shit, and laughing at y'all motherfuckers because y'all just ignorant. So I come on here and be the voice of reason. What's gonna come out y'all fucking mouth?
Okay.
But tonight I'll let y'all get y'all shit off. I'll be back on my birthday y'all out for the rest of the week. So
I done got cussed out for saying something about Eminem. Like he forgot I was a woman and came at me like I was a man.
Right.
He's the voice of reason.
Right.
Wow.
He cussed me out like I was a nigga on the street that owed him money.
Yo, Nick, he came at you like
over Emma fucking M.
Yo, Nick, he defended M like Steven defended on Calvin Candy.
Yo, I know Stacks is gonna love that reference.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Dad gonna have to watch that when we get off again.
Yo, when Calvin got shot, Steven said, "No."
Hey, I guarantee you, within the next week, me and Shawn are both going to watch that movie.
Probably this week. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Once a week. For Marshall, yes. But shout out to Merv, man. I know Merv is jet lagging. Merv had a great weekend. And let me be clear real quick for those of you listening who watching. Don't get it twisted. We all care for each other. We talk shit to each other, but it's all out of love and respect. But before Merv went out of town, I don't put his business out there. Duke sent me a dissertation of his route, so I could know where everything was going on with his life, period, just in case something were to pop off. That's real. I told my wife about it, she just smiled. You know what I mean? That's real. And then Duke hit me again yesterday. Yo, man, I'm coming back. This is my coordinates. Everything. I gave me damn coordinates of him coming back, just in case something were to happen. And he touched down, like, yeah, I'm back. And he did the same thing when I had to fly out to West Virginia, where he was like, yo, man, you good? You made it there? Like, he said like 4 or 5 minutes. I'm on the plane, and I got all the messages, like, back to back. Like, nigga, you good? You good? And that's brotherly love right there. You know, even when I touched down in Pittsburgh, you know, I got a message from Marc. I got a message from Stacks. You know what I mean? Out of the blue. Like, yo, man, you good? Y'all say you safe out there? Be careful. You know what I mean? Marc, like, yo, don't go nowhere at night. You know what I'm saying? Like, be careful when you out there. So, and Murphy did the same thing. Like, don't go anywhere in West Virginia at night. Just go in your hotel room, lock up, and wait till the next morning. So these are things that we talk about off the record. And we get on here, we talk shit to each other, we argue, we debate, and it's all love. Yeah, I mean,
one thing, I was worried about both y'all guys, because I was like, well, hopefully Merv doesn't get kidnapped by a cartel, and hopefully Shawn doesn't get kidnapped by the Klan. So glad to see y'all where y'all made it out those situations. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And y'all were here with us tonight. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. You got back safe. And I had to preface that so people won't think that we come at each other's neck and this person is not. We actually love each other. And shout out to Nick. Although Nick cursed me out, Nick has been a trooper. I've been throwing jabs at Nick for like 2 weeks now. So it was bound to happen. But Nick is part of the family. Nick does her homework on these artists. These artists really appreciate the fact that she takes the time to really listen to them. It takes the time to process their music, because that means a lot. That means a lot for them. That means a lot for them. And it means a lot for Blast Music Group, because they always requesting for Nick to come out and actually interview one of their artists, because she takes the time to do things that as men, guys, we don't like the guys they like the cliff notes. Give me the cliff notes, give me the surface stuff, and I listen to the music. Whereas Nick will go into the bio and go into the whole nine. You can learn that person, that character, and all that good stuff. So shout out to Nick for being 3 for 3 on these interviews that we've had with artists, and being able to really tap into an area that guys probably don't tap into, and giving that perspective. So salute to Nick, and shout out to Nick as well for doing that for us. And shout out to
Shawn knows I don't like compliments, so thank you for kind of smooth going along. But the last time, the other day, you gave me a compliment. I didn't say anything, and I probably sound like a dickhead. So thank you, Shawn. But for everybody listening, I'm not a dickhead. I'm not into compliments.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nick, no compliments. Wow.
No. Don't get it twisted. Like, you can tell me I'm pretty and shit. Like,
Hey. I mean, do you react, or you just keep walking?
Hey, Nick.
What does the person saying it look like? No, I always say thank you.
Okay.
Nick, you're fabulous. Nick, you're special. Yeah. Nick, those glasses look great on you. Nick, I love the way your hair is.
Dirty Mac season
is nice.
Merv, how tall are you?
What the fuck?
How tall are you?
What's happening, Shawn? It's getting weird.
I don't know what's happening. It's getting weird. I'm trying to wrap up, but it's getting weird.
You was a wide receiver, right?
Reel this thing back in, man. We got SCC people that I got my phone.
Yeah,
you know more than I do.
I was wide receiver in high school, but in college I was free safety.
Hold up. Y'all can do a little private chat on your own fucking time if y'all can do this.
Y'all can do this offline.
6 foot even.
Yeah.
You can do this offline if you guys don't mind. So as I proceed, whoa! After dark, remember Tayson?
What the fuck?
Remember?
What the fuck is happening? Hey, Shawn, rap. Hey, yo, we about to get
Hey, Shawn, Shawn, are you?
What are you doing?
Hey, Shawn, are you bringing Merv with you when you come to Philly?
Hell no. I'm not responsible for him.
I would take that motherfucker to a fucking
man. I wouldn't, Stacks, I wouldn't take Murder Lizard Thicket on 2 notch. I wouldn't take a Lizard Thicket on 2 notch. Let alone Philly. Get that back. Shout out to Rika for being in the comments. Shout out to Alima for being in the comments tonight. When Alima saw we were talking about Nas, she wanted to rock the whole night in the comments. So shout out to Alima, shout out to Rika.
Yes, that's my 7.
Street Team General.
K-Slon, the Street Team General. Shout out to Blackjack TV, Channel 199, Zingo TV, YouTube, Mile High Radio, those on the front lines, those behind the scenes. Thank you for all the support and all the love. We're here because of y'all. We're going to keep doing it because of y'all, and we really appreciate it. Peace and good night. And Nick, go get some water.